People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to Murphy Field at Blackhawk High School in South Wayne, Wisconsin. It is the final week of the regular season in high school football in the state of Wisconsin, and we have a pair of juggernaut teams in Division 7 set to square off to bring home the Six Rivers Conference Championship. The number 2 ranked Potosi Cassville football team set to square off against Blackhawk Warren on X1071, X1071.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. This is our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. From the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis alongside Wally Troughton, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And Wally, what more could you want in a Week 9 game to close out the regular season? A pair of two teams that are just absolute juggernauts in Division 7. Both are undefeated. Both are ranked in the top of their conference. And yes, the conference title is at stake here tonight, but it's not just the conference title on the line here tonight. It's playoff positioning and the momentum heading into the postseason, because both these teams have bigger aspirations than just the Six Rivers Conference title here tonight.
It's one of the things, you turn around, you take a look at it. Everybody's going for all of this at the marbles at the end. It's the big game and on and on and on. Last regular season game. We get excited about it. Fans get excited about it. Coaches are saying, oh, gosh, I'm not excited about it. They would like to have a bunny to warm up for playoffs, but that isn't what you get. And it's too bad. But at the same token for us, I'm excited about this game. I've seen both teams play this year more than once, and they are everything. They're both everything they're built to be.
Yep, it's been a very parity-driven Six Rivers Conference this year, because it's not just these two teams. We've seen Seneca Wazeeka-Steuben have success this year. Of course, River Ridge having some success, and then Iowa Grant also kind of throwing a wrench in some of the Six Rivers title picture. And, there are 5 teams from the conference that are likely to make it into the postseason just based on where they're at in the metrics coming into this week and with the matchups that they have heading into tonight's games. And, again, for these two, they've been battle tested. They've been in a bunch of one-score games against conference opponents, so it's been an iron sharpens iron type of conference. And now we get to see who really is the top team in the Six Rivers tonight.
I know that there's people elsewhere around the state will argue with me, but I'm trying to say what conference is better, going top to bottom, than this conference? You have more real good teams in this conference than you have bad teams. There's only 2 teams and 3 teams maybe that are weak in this conference, but they proved this year they weren't as weak as we thought they were.
Right.
All of a sudden, Riverdale came from nowhere to actually be formidable, and we've seen that a couple of times. But I'm always impressed with the Six Rivers Conference.
Yep, and for the Six Rivers Conference title, Potosi Cassville, they've owned the conference title since 2021. They've won it 4 consecutive years, looking to make it year number 5. Blackhawk Warren shared the title in 2021, and the last time Blackhawk Warren won the title outright was in 2019. We know what happened then. They won the state championship,
right.
And over the last 2 years, both these teams have been to Camp Randall. Potosi Cassville went to Camp Randall a year ago, and then 2 years ago, you and I were on the call for Blackhawk Warren against the Edgar Wildcats, and both these teams, again, they have aspirations for much more than just the conference title here tonight, and this is a big momentum-building game for both these teams.
It really is, and I tell you, they're both real good teams, like we said. They play solid defense all the way around, and they have offenses that are tried and true. I mean, the offense for Blackhawk Warren has been in force for years. I mean, this goes all the way back to Coach Murphy, because he's the one that started it here, and that's when the success really started here. And again, when you go over to Potosi, this has been a Mark Siegert offense pretty much from the get-go. And you look at the points that they put on the board this year, they've scored a lot of points, but they played solid defense again. These 2 teams, when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, can be juggernauts, but the way they both play defense, this could be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, it should be a very intriguing matchup to see how this game script plays out. Looking forward to the kickoff between Blackhawk Warren and Potosi Cassville coming up in just a little bit. But first, on our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with both Desi Braden of Blackhawk Warren and Mark Siegert of Potosi Cassville. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit russelllaw.wi.com. Also get you the People's State Bank coin toss, the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups, Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, Dewey's Tire Repair Turf and Weather Report, and the kickoff between Blackhawk Warren and Potosi Cassville, the Six Rivers Conference Championship in week number 9. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show is presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
And don't forget the cheese.
Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1. Steve Schmidt Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Fly Dubuque and get a $100 rebate. Buy round-trip tickets at the Dubuque Regional Airport through the end of October, then fly any dates you choose. Flights from Dubuque take you to O'Hare with a daily flight schedule, offering an early morning departure and early evening arrival. From O'Hare, easily connect to hundreds of popular destinations, getting to many by early afternoon. The Dubuque Regional Airport. Closer, quicker, easier. Learn more at flydbq.com.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Pregame 1.
Cassville. We're joined by the Warriors head coach, Desi Braden. Coach, thanks for joining us, and an opportunity to win the conference outright against the rival Potosi Cassville here tonight. An undefeated record coming into this matchup and a number 3 ranking in the state, coming off the win against Riverdale last week, 30-18. How have things been looking for the Warriors heading into this matchup with Potosi Cassville tonight?
Things are looking good, so.
Yep, and talk the things that have been going right on both sides of the ball. How have things been on the field?
Things are going good. We switched up some stuff last week to kind of give us another different look and kind of see where, if we need to make some adjustments in game stuff. So last 2 weeks being able to make those adjustments in game and get some guys some more reps on the field definitely made us a lot. So knowing we've got some guys that, all right, this might be a better combination for this scheme if we're struggling a little bit, and or if we're having some success, if we can do this, and then if we need to get some guys some rest and stuff. So the last 2 weeks on the field has helped us a ton in that way.
Yeah, but then of course the big matchup with Potosi Cassville tonight. But it really seems like this year in the Six Rivers, I mean, really from top to bottom, it's been a very tough conference to navigate, and a lot of different schemes and a lot of different strengths that you've had to prepare for. So this matchup with Potosi Cassville tonight, does it really kind of change what you guys do preparation-wise, knowing that the conference title is on the line, or is it just kind of business as usual, stick to the things that have gotten us the success that we've had to this point?
Well, we said it's business as usual. The big thing, especially with high school boys, is you can't make it bigger than it is, and we don't want to change up who we are. We can't change up what's got us here. So we've got to keep our main identity the same. Some little tweaks and wrinkles and stuff like that, but for the most part, and we said when we go out there tonight, it's we're not thinking about seeding for the playoffs. We're not thinking about conference championship, any of that other stuff. We're approaching it like every other game, and we want to go 1-0.
All right. Desi Braden with us in our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show. The Blackhawk Warren head coach getting ready for the matchup against Potosi Cassville tonight. Our Russell Office's injury report. Team health always a concern when you're heading down the home stretch of the season. And now that we are in the final week of the regular season, what's the team health looking like for the matchup?
Overall, it's been pretty good. Shane Wan, our corner and safety, or corner and receiver, sat out last week. He was a little banged up, but he's been going again, so he looks like he should be all set to go. And otherwise, we seem like we're pretty much set, ready to go as normal.
All right, that's good to hear. And now the Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game against Potosi Cassville. Obviously, a big rivalry matchup. These two programs know each other very, very well. Both these teams have taken home hardware over the last 2 seasons at Camp Randall Stadium in Division 7. What stands out to you the most about this version of Potosi Cassville? What does success look like for Blackhawk Warren if they're going to come away with the win this evening?
One of the things that's different about them this year, they're as normal, up front, big linemen and good athletes behind them. One of the things that they're a little bigger up front this year than they were last year. And their backs are a little quicker. But their coverage doesn't seem quite as good as it was last year. So kind of a couple differences.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Desi Braden, the head coach of the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It's matchup the Six Rivers this evening. Six Rivers Conference Championship on the line between Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren. We're joined by Potosi Cassville head coach Mark Ziegert. Coach, thanks for joining us. And an undefeated record coming into tonight's matchup. The number 2 ranked team in the state taking on the number 3 ranked team in the state for a conference title here this evening. But talk about the team's play as of late heading into that matchup. 57-0 win against Peck Argyle a week ago, coming off a gritty win against Seneca Wazeeka Steuben the week before that. Talk about the team's play heading into this matchup this evening.
Yeah, we've certainly been tested here lately. We've had some really tough teams with some different things that they can do really well, and I think our guys have stepped up to the plate and really did a nice job of answering a lot of questions. So as far as our team play, we're always a work in progress. We're always, tweaking who we are and what we're as far as our identity, and I think we're really figuring out what we can do with who we can do and with, and I don't know. I'm really happy where these guys are at. In the direction that they're headed, because the team that we had week 1 is a totally different looking team than we have week 9. It's a huge developmental process that these guys have really embraced, and so it's just really been really cool to see these guys grow into these roles that they've had.
On top of that, the Six Rivers Conference in particular this year, from top to bottom, there's really no nights off for the teams here this year. And, another big matchup with Blackhawk Warren. I know what the answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it. Does the preparation really change from week to week, knowing that this is going to be a tougher opponent, or are you going to be sticking to the things that have worked well this season and, rolling with the things that have been successful since the start of the season?
I think the answer. I mean, we are going to prepare the same. That's kind of been it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter what team shows up in front of us, I guess. It doesn't obviously, but the way we prepare is how we prepare, and if we would vary from that week to week, then that would be completely inconsistent, and then the guys would have a different view of every opponent every week. And I tell them, we're in a conference championship game every single week. There's 6 other ones in front of that, right? So we have, and plus the non-conference game. So we just treat every prep week the same. I watch the same film. We have the same, we have the same scouting reports. We have the same, practice organization. It's all. It looks very familiar, other than the team we're going to play in front of us. So I think if you take it week to week and just change stuff up all the time, and I don't know, that's a recipe for disaster. And I don't think we're sitting here tonight talking about a conference championship game against 2 undefeated teams. So was that what you expected? I guess I don't know.
That's about what I expected to hear from you, Coach. Yep. Mark Ziegert with us in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, getting ready for the matchup between Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren to decide the Six Rivers Conference Championship. Let's talk about the Russell office's injury report. Team health always a concern heading into the home stretch of the regular season and the postseason looming around the corner. How are things looking for Potosi Cassville on the injury front before the matchup
I wish
tonight?
We were full strength, but we're not. This is week 9, so I mean we have a lot of the bumps and bruises that you're going to have, and the nagging strains and all that kind of thing. But then we also lost a couple guys that are really important over the last couple weeks. So we lost Sam Infield a couple weeks ago to a shoulder injury, and then last week we lost another of our starters, Alex Frederick, to another shoulder injury. So this isn't Division I football where there's a depth chart that's enormous. So we're getting down to the depth chart that we're very confident in the guys that are going to step in tonight. That's not an issue at all. But injuries are a thing, so we have to make sure that we stay away from injuries. Hopefully our guys stay healthy tonight so we can keep our best versus their best.
All right, then the Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game. I already kind of know it's generally a copy-paste answer with you when I ask this question too, but obviously the intangible things, tackling well, penalties, turnovers, the things that you can control, try and control them. Outside of those boring things, are there other things that you're going to be emphasizing with your team in this matchup against Blackhawk
I guess
Warren?
this one's out of the norm. We don't really talk about what down, but we talk about first down being really important. So all the things that you talked about are obvious cliche things that we always talk about: ball control, limit, big plays, staying healthy, what we just talked about. But the first down, we cannot give up first down and 6 yards so that they're sitting at 2nd and 4. Because this offense is built on, that we're seeing tonight is built on first, just 2nd down and 7, 3rd down and 2, 4, and it just keeps rolling, So we have to get them in obvious down and distances that are uncomfortable for them. So the first down is going to be a big key for us. So because we, once they get to a certain point on the field too, then they're in 4 down territory. So that could be, the 40. Right. They're 40 basically. I'm thinking that they're 40. If it's 4th and 1, that is 4 down territory. So you're looking at 60 yards of 4 down territory. So we need to keep them out of 4 down territory. Make sure first down is an emphasis, and just limit big plays. I don't know. So that's a little out of the norm than what we usually talk about, but it's more important than ever that we control the line of scrimmage early and late and in between, I guess. So so that's an obvious one too, the controlling of the line of scrimmage, the big guys up front that don't get enough credit. That's where this game's going to be won and lost.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight. Yep, that's Mark Siegert, head coach of Potosi Cassville. We'll have more on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
We know that good health is your #1 priority, and at Grant Regional Health Center, it's ours too. Whether it's a mammogram, lung screening, or colonoscopy, we make it easier than ever to get screened for your peace of mind. And best of all, at Grant Regional, we offer quick scheduling and less travel, so you can focus on what really matters, your health. Schedule your screening today at 608-723-2131, accepting Medical Associates, Dean, and Quartz Insurance, to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
In Game 1.
Back at Murphy Field in South Wayne, getting ready for the kickoff between Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren on X1071 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Let's get to the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. It's a matchup between black and white. Potosi in their road white jerseys with white pants and maroon numbers, and the gold Potosi Cassville helmets, the maroon P and green C on one side, and the arrow on the opposite side of the helmet with helmet stickers as well. And for Blackhawk Warren, they are in their home black jerseys with black pants, white numbers, white lettering, and the black helmet with the winged pattern on the top of the helmet as well, similar to what the Oregon Ducks do from week to week, depending on what their uniform combination is. But very good aesthetic matchup here tonight for both teams. On our colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. The Dewey's Tire Repair, Turf, and Weather Report for all of your farm, auto, truck, and tire sales service needs. The best place to take a leak, Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. Looking at the temperature right now, it is a comfortable 72 degrees, a south wind at 11 miles per hour, and looking at the hourly, it looks like the rain is going to hold off for our game here tonight, so we shouldn't expect rain or lightning delays. And looking at the field, Wally, we were talking before we came on the air, they had to bring in some water to get the grass in better shape, and looks to be in decent shape here tonight for both teams. And, you know, you want to have a great field between both these teams here tonight. You don't want the field conditions to be a deciding factor here tonight.
No, it's interesting. One of the things they mentioned is the fact that when they put water on the field, they empty the water tower. So, they had to put a lot of water out here, and I'll bet it was pretty dry because they had been a little dry spell around here. But it should help the field. That does look in excellent condition.
Yeah, we'll set up the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups once we know who won the People's State Bank coin toss. We were heavily distracted as the coin toss went on here tonight, but we'll bring you the national anthem and the starting lineups in just a moment. Our game today brought to you by Pages and Parcels, open at 101 Main Street in Potosi. You might know them as the old Brenner store, a spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by and explore. Ship and discover something special today. And by Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. And by Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, farm, or business. For all of your real estate needs, Melody Hawkins, Exit Professional Real Estate of Monroe.
Give these guys a round of applause.
Also by Mountain City Bank. The total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. The team at Havy's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team. Havy's in Tennyson, where good times and good friends come together after the game or anytime. And by Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. And by Pecatonica Co-op Oil and South Wayne Mart, for all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle, but for yourself as well. Quality Cenex fuel products will keep you on the go. The South Wayne Mart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne. In addition to tonight's conference championship game between these two teams, it's senior night for the Blackhawk side of the co-op, and Coach Corey Mills also being recognized as he will be inducted into the WFCA Hall of Fame coming up this spring. And there's also a lot of orange here this evening as they're doing a Miracle Minute and some fundraising for a student going through some tough medical issues right now. So it's a very jam-packed crowd here tonight in a very festive environment.
Of course, one of the reasons we were, I'll use the term disturbed up in the press box is Coach Murphy is up here. Right, and of course, I know Hall of Fame coached here for many, many years. And again, we give him credit for the offense that they still run in Blackhawk.
Yeah.
And, and he had a lot of success over the years, and obviously had success because Philly got him into the Hall.
And, of course, when the field's named after you, kind of have, dibs and naming rights and things like that too.
Technically, the field is named the Michael Meyer Field, and he was a doctor out of Monroe for years, and he is in the Hall of Fame, and he has passed away now. But he came over here on his own and took care of all the team doctor needs that they needed for many years.
All right, here's tonight's national anthem from Blackhawk High School in South Wayne.
Sophomore, Jaylee Scott.
Whose white stripes long bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming
Well done. Tonight's national anthem from Blackhawk High School is, again, we are closing in on the kickoff between Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren. The Potosi Cassville defense will be introduced first, so I believe, based on that, I believe Blackhawk Warren will receive to begin the game. So let's set up the Flores Milker Center starting lineup for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors. In the backfield, they're led by quarterback number 3, Bo Podner, and the running back positions is number 14, Jacob Woodruff, and number 4, Dax Paquin. The receivers, number 4, Shane Wand, number 5, Jackson Burgett, and the tight end, number 16, Bryce Van Ralt. The offensive line from left to right, number 68, Aiden Mosley, number 70, Cole Dunlavy, number 59, Jonathan Heller, number 58, Spencer Hayes Scadam, and at number 50, Riley Borquin. And for the Potosi Cassville defense, the defensive line, number 0, Ben Infield, number 75, Willie Tobin, number 74, Carter Bierman, and number 59, Connor Robbins. The linebackers, number 9, Logan Roush, number 7, River Saar, and number 11, Hunter White. And the defensive secondary, number 6, Aaron Edge, number 2, Drew Richardson, number 1, Darius Tate, and number 4, Reed Weber. Those are the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups for when Blackhawk Warren is on offense. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullerSmokerCenter.com.
You know, also on the Queen Bee stations tonight, Lancaster is at New Glarus, and Fenimore is at, and that's on 97.7, and Fenimore at Mineral Point is on 106.1. And then on Saturday, there's a couple of games, and these are 8-player playoff games. DeSoto is at Belmont, and that'll be on 106.1. And Highland will be at North Crawford, and that will be on 107.1.
These rules provide for fair play and good sports.
And that's on the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We are waiting for the huddle camera to turn on here in the best seat in the house, the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. We are aware that the camera isn't on, but we anticipate it should turn on in just a few moments.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, my goodness.
We're sponsoring that.
It's going to be a heck of a game, and just as we say it, there it is.
Yeah.
Camera turns on. It's a gray screen right now, and now you can see the site here at Blackhawk High School. It is a great crowd, great environment. A conference championship on the line. You heard the coaches' keys to the game. What's your key to the game for both these teams?
Well, first comment I wanted to make is exactly one of the points that the coaches made. They're not paying attention to this as a conference championship, anything about playoffs, nothing about any of that stuff. It's all about this game here right now. They want to be 1-0 for tonight. That's all they care about. Keys to the game. Really, the big thing is, and of course, Coach Siegert said it for Potosi, they need to be really tough up front against the run. They need to try to shut that down because that's one of the things that the Blackhawk Warren does very, very well. On the other side, Blackhawk Warren needs to establish that, and they're going to have to come out a little bit and throw a little bit tonight, a little more than maybe they're comfortable doing.
The Warriors will receive and will work from the left to right as we see it from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Aaron Edge will tee it up for Potosi Cassville. And back to return is number 5, Jackson Burgett, and number 6, Joe Ketchpaw. Ball is on the tee. Aaron Edge has it up on the near side hash mark. Number 2, Potosi Cassville. Number 3, Blackhawk Warren. Edge with the run-up and the kick, and we are underway on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel in the Upback. We'll bring it out to the 35-yard line and nowhere to go after that, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Blackhawk Warren Warriors as Bo Podner will bring the Blackhawk Warren offense out to the field.
He ended up and he was able to get maybe about a yard on that return. That was Jacob Woodruff that had the ball.
Looks like the ball will be spotted right at the 35-yard line, right in the middle of the field. And Bo Podner passing on the season 17 of 23 for 473 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions on the ground. 71 carries for 521 yards and 12 touchdowns, averaging 7.3 yards per carry. He goes under center on 1st and 10. One receiver out to the right side. Podner takes a snap, going to keep it on the left side, gets across the 40-yard line and gets tackled down at the 41. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 4 coming up for the Warriors.
It's one of the things that you expect you're going to see Jacob Woodruff take the ball right away and running on their veer stuff. But this time the quarterback just kept it. Good job running the ball, though.
Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. One receiver wide to the right side. That is number 23, Grant Quinn. His partner under center, two backs in the backfield, and a give back to Paquin. Paquin trying to bounce his way back over the middle, and he has enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Gets stopped at the 48-yard line. Another gain of 7, and those are the kind of things that Coach Siegert was talking about in pregame, Wally, where you got to keep Blackhawk Warren behind schedule, and so far, Warriors running the ball the way they need to.
Yeah, and that's not behind schedule. This is exactly what they like to do. On that first down, get that good yardage. If you get good yardage on second down, so much the better.
Have Grant Quinn again, the lone wide receiver to the right side. Two backs in the backfield for Podner on 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And Podner takes a snap, and no one else moved. And a pile at the line of scrimmage, and our first Pinks penalty flag comes in. And we'll see what this is. Was someone drawn off sides, or I wonder if it's an illegal snap, maybe.
Well, that's what I was thinking it was, and all of a sudden we saw no signal. They just took the play and let it go with that.
No penalty on the play. That's a loss of.
So no Pinks penalty on that play, and it'll be a loss of 2 as the ball is back at the 46-yard line. The Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or Facebook, or just come in and see what they can do for you. 2nd and 12. Again, one receiver wide to the right side. Two backs in the backfield. Van Ralk going in motion from left to right. And the ball given to the deep back, and the back gets across the 45 to the 41-yard line of Potosi Cassville territory. And I believe that was Woodruff on the carry that time, and another big chunk run for Blackhawk Warren. Their second Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down of this drive. Play number 4 coming up. 10:08 to play in the first quarter, still scoreless.
Yeah, that is Woodruff that carried the ball. He was over on the left side. It's just kind of just part of that veer play. He comes back inside right over the guard.
Blackhawk Warren in Potosi Cassville territory on 1st and 10, or beg your pardon, it's 3rd down. 3rd and 1, and a get to the up back, and that is Jacob Woodruff, who will surge across the line of scrimmage, and that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Blackhawk Warren. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line on the near side, or the far side hash mark, I should say.
One of the things that I always looked at is if I was doing it, I would play a 3-5 defense rather than the 44, and that way you can get somebody right over the tackle, right, on either side as well as on the nose.
Able to fill those gaps. Woodruff and Paquin split in the backfield. Quinn, the wide receiver, out to the left side. As Van Ralk going in motion from right to left. Podner takes a snap, looking to bounce it to the left, cuts back to the middle of the field and gets twisted down after a gain of about 4 as he gets it to the 35-yard line in Potosi Cassville territory. Called a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up for the Warriors.
Yeah, they moved the ball back to the 36-yard line.
Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org.
And as Mark Siegert said, at this particular point, they're in 4-down territory no matter what else happens.
Grant Quinn wide to the right side. Van Ralk going in motion from left to right. Two backs in the backfield again for Podner. And Podner gives to Paquin. Paquin trying to bounce it off the left. Still on his feet. Gets across the 30-yard line to the 29. We'll see where they spot the football. But it's going to be 3rd and short for Blackhawk Warren, 8:27 and counting. Play number 6 of this drive coming up, still scoreless.
Yeah, they're marking that down to be a 6-yard gain. And so they're back down, right down to the 30-yard line.
Pages and Parcels is open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the old Brenner store, a spot for books and unique gifts and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. And another give inside on 3rd down, and that is enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down as Blackhawk Warren knocking on the door of the Bitech green zone. Football spotted at the 23-yard line. Gain of 7.
Yeah, and that was, again, that's right back off with Woodruff coming back on that same blasted play. That's it. It's a blast that really is coming back off on that left side.
Blackhawk Warren doing what they want to do, running so far. Play number 8 of the drive. One receiver to the right. Two backs in the backfield on 1st and 10. Podner going to keep it. Has some room and gets across to the left side, angling towards the pylon, and he is in for a Northland Buildings touchdown. A 23-yard touchdown run for quarterback Bo Podner. His 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Blackhawk Warren on the board first. 6-0 with 7:27 to play in the first quarter.
He had more room in there than he really needed, and he took care of it.
Now we'll see if they line up for the two-point conversion. They do have a place kicker, number 15, Justin Patton, who is 4 of 7 on point after attempts, but they will line up to go for the two-point conversion. Woodruff and Paquin split in the backfield. Quinn, the receiver, wide to the left side. Podner under center. Podner going to give to Woodruff, and Woodruff gets it across the pylon, I think. They're signaling no. They're going to say he didn't get in. Say he was down before the goal line. Two-point conversion is no good. Score remains Blackhawk Warren 6, Potosi Cassville nothing. 7:27 to play in the first quarter. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In game 2.
Blackhawk Warren 6, Potosi Cassville nothing. 7:27 to play in the first quarter on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The kickoff will be received at the 20-yard line, and the returner brings it across the 35 before being hit. At the 37-yard line on the return is number 1, Darius Tate, and Potosi Cassville with their first offensive possession of the football game. Comes at 7:20 to play in the first quarter.
So they're starting right at their own they're at their own 39-yard line, and we'll see what they're going to come back up with here to challenge again to put get points on the board right away.
Fuller's Milk Center starting lineup for the Potosi Cassville offense at quarterback, number 6, Aaron Edge. And the backs in the backfield, number 7, River Sar, number 11, Hunter White, and number 9, Logan Roush. The split ends, number 2, Drew Richardson, and number 4, Reed Weber. The tight end is number 0, Ben Infield. Will set up the offensive line after 1st and 10. 2 receivers wide to the right side as Edge. Going to give inside, and I believe this is River Sar. And Sar gets across the 40 and moves forward to about the 43-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football, but a nice run up the gut for Potosi Cassville to open things up.
Yeah, that's a 4-yard gain for Riverside. Just a little fullback trap on the inside. It's one of the plays that I know Coach Siegert really likes. He's really a big fan of the trap play.
The offensive line for Potosi Cassville from left to right, number 74, Carter Bierman, number 59, Connor Robbins, number 60, Connor Emler, number 75, Willie Tobin, and number 79, Jackson Guiney. 2nd and 6, and a give to Hunter White. And White, with some room on the far side, has enough for Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty. First down, gets tackled across the 50-yard line to the Blackhawk Warren 49. So Potosi Cassville on the move after 2 offensive plays. A Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Potosi Cassville. 6:35 to play in the first quarter. 6-0. Warriors on top.
They did it's a weak side, weak backfield play, sweep play to the far side of the field. They got you get some guards out in front of you to try to help you on your blocking.
PC breaks the huddle. 2 receivers out to the left side. Aaron Edge under center. 2 backs in the backfield. And a give to River Sar as Sar trying to bounce it to the right side. Gets across the 45 to about the 44.
On the tackle.
Good yardage on first down for Potosi Cassville. They'll put the football at the 44-yard line on the far side hash mark. Gain of 5.
It's a belly play over on the far side. You get the halfback that there's a lead block through there. And depending on how the defense is lined up, I think they may have doubled down on the defensive tackle, and then they just kick out on the end with the guard.
Sanders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Sanders Oil Company of Warren. And a give inside on 2nd and 6, and the ball carrier gets it near the 40-yard line. As that was Hunter White, I believe, on the carry, and he will be spotted right at the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for Potosi Cassville.
Again, that was supposed to be a sweep play to the far side, but one of the things that they teach with that is the first opening you see, you take. And that's where that opening was. Guys had come across defensively pretty good on that, so he really didn't have a lot of room if he tried to get to the outside.
3rd and 1, ball spotted just off the right hash mark on the far side of the field. Edge puts a receiver in motion from left to right, and another give inside to River Saar, and Saar on the second effort has the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. He'll be spotted down at about the 38-yard line, and that will move the 6. A Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Potosi Cassville, play number 6 of the drive coming up next.
Yeah, 3 yards on that run. But again, they're back off tackle with the fullback, and they like to do that as much as they can. River Saar is one of those players. He's got some excellent quickness. He's got real good speed, and if they don't get him right away, they'll be chasing.
Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC, as River Saar makes a nice jump cut at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10, and able to find some room to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 7 yards on the play. And it will be 2nd and 3 coming up for Potosi Cassville.
Well, that's that fullback trap again, and he came through. You could see that he was right on the tail end of the guard on that came across on the trap block. That was a good job running the ball. He hit the hole very well.
3:50 to play in the first quarter, 6-0. Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville, 2nd and 2. As Edge drops back to pass, rolling right, going to fire, pass over the middle. Pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, looking for number 9, Logan Roush, in the middle of the field. But there is a Pinks penalty flag in the Potosi Cassville backfield, and it will be a hold against PC.
And this is just a matter of, do you want to take the pass or do you want to take the penalty? I expect them to take the penalty, and they are.
Yep. So instead of 2nd and 2, it's now 2nd and 12. The first Pinks penalty accepted of the game. Tonight's game also brought to you by Pecatonica Co-op Oil and South Wayne Mart for all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle, but for yourself as well. Quality Cenex fuel products will keep you on the go. The South Wayne Mart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne.
Well, that's one of the things that hurt Potosi back up at Wazeeka.
High formation look and a ball given to the deep back, and nice carry across the 35 to about the 33. And I believe the carrier that time was Hunter White.
Well, he got 8 yards back out of that whole thing, so a pretty good job running the ball.
Ball spotted just off the 32-yard line. Makes it 3rd and 5 with 3:10 and counting in the first quarter. 6-0 Blackhawk Warren on top, but a 3rd down for Potosi Cassville. I formation look. Another give to Hunter White, and White is stymied in the backfield for a loss of yardage. And number 16, Bryce Van Ralt, able to break his way through the line of scrimmage, make the tackle for loss, and now a 4th down coming up for Potosi Cassville with 2:50 to go in the first quarter.
It's a loss of about 1 yard. They were trying to run again that sweep back to the far side, but this is 4-down territory, so.
First big moment of the game for Potosi Cassville on the offensive side. Play number 9 of this drive. Blackhawk Warren scored on 8 plays on their first drive on the Bo Partner touchdown run. But now Potosi Cassville has to convert 4th and 6 from the 34-yard line. Roush goes in motion from right to left. Edge rolling to his left, has nowhere to go, and he is dropped in the backfield for a Subs.com sack. Spencer Hayes Scadam with the Subs.com sack. Turnover on downs for Potosi Cassville. The Warriors take over with 2:13 to play in the first quarter, leading 6-0.
And that ends up being looks like about a 6-yard sack.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line in Potosi Cassville territory. So Potosi Cassville unable to cash in on their first drive. Now the Warriors looking to add to their lead. Again, up 6-0 with 2:13 to play in the first quarter. Bo Partner under center. One receiver wide to the right side. 2 backs in the backfield. Partner with a hard count. Now takes a snap. Given inside. And a big run up the middle for number 14, Jacob Woodruff, into Potosi Cassville territory to about the 42-yard line. They'll spot it at the 43. Big-time run for Blackhawk Warren, and they're just running it up the middle, Wally, just finding some holes at the line of scrimmage and getting some chunk yardage.
Well, that's back over on the left side, and again, it's giving the ball to the halfback on that side on the veer play over there, and he's had plenty of room to run. It's a good job over there by their lineman.
Woodruff and Paquin split in the backfield for Blackhawk Warren. One receiver wide to the right side, that's Quinn. And ball given inside to Woodruff again, but not a lot of room that time. He runs right into the heart of the Potosi Cassville defense. The first one there, number 4, Carter Bierman. And a gain of only 1, maybe 2 on the play. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
Well, he ended up coming in real close to the center at that time, and there really there isn't room right there. It's one of those things. They've got to stay back outside over the guard because Potosi doesn't have anyone over that position that's able to make the play.
Minute 12 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Blackhawk Warren on top. 2nd and 8. As Ponder takes a snap, another give inside as Woodruff looking for some room and barrels his way forward across the 35 to about the 34-yard line, near the first down marker, maybe about a yard shy. And they will spot it at the 33. Genoveda on the play, and it's just about half a yard away from a Sylvan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
One of the things you can see, the Potosi defensive front is way over here, and this time it's been on the weak side, and it is on the weak side again, and there's more empty space over on the far side.
Under 30 seconds left in the first quarter, 3rd and 1. Podner with a hard count. Now a give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff again surges forward across the 30 to about the 28 as Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Blackhawk Warren.
And that's the whole thing. It's that same hole that he keeps running through, and he's got plenty of room over there. They end up, and what they're able to do is get the tackle to be able to go out and do the block outside, and you're getting a double team back down on the nose or a combo block where they'll come off him and then onto the linebacker.
All right, and that looks to be the final play of the first quarter and through 1. Blackhawk Warren 6, Potosi Cassville nothing. Second quarter coming your way after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Doug Dalter with Dubuque Mattress. Mattresses are not something that you should have to unbox and set up yourself. Frankly, they're cumbersome. That's why at Dubuque Mattress, we deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. And it's not just for people in Dubuque. We deliver just about anywhere. Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Kansas City, or anywhere in between. So, when it's time for you to get a new mattress, let Dubuque Mattress take care of all of it for you. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 3.
Start of the second quarter from South Wayne, Wisconsin. Blackhawk Warren 6, Potosi Cassville nothing on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren at the 28-yard line, and a keeper, I believe, for Podner, and the ball carrier gets across the 15 to near the 10-yard line. And a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
First down.
Blackhawk Warren in the Bitech green zone, a greener way. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line. It is 1st and 10. As the Warriors can get another first down inside the 1. And another give to Paquin, and he's able to get it across the 5 to about the 3 as getting another big-time run
Edge on the tackle
by Dax Paquin.
It's going to be 2nd down.
And Blackhawk Warren knocking on the door of the end zone.
Yard to go for a first down.
Game tonight brought to you by Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland of Haverland Heating and Cooling. 2nd down and 2 as partner under center again for Blackhawk Warren. One receiver wide to the left side. And a give inside, and the ball carrier is number 14, Jacob Woodruff, and he gets across the goal line for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Blackhawk Warren extends the lead 12-0 with 10:47 to play in the second quarter. 2 for 2 on their drive so far, and Wally just running up the gut once again. Jacob Woodruff putting it in the end zone, and now Blackhawk Warren set to go for the 2-point conversion, the point and flush 2-point conversion. As the Warriors taking their time, now they break the huddle. Number 23, Grant Quinn wide to the left side. Woodruff and Paquin split in the backfield. And Potter going to keep it, and he gets across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And now it is 14-0 Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville with 10:47 to play in the second quarter.
Potosi Cassville, 0.
Today's game brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. The team at Havy's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team. Havy's in Tennyson, where good times and good friends come together after the game or anytime. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. By Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate in Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, farm, or business. For all of your real estate needs, call Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate in Monroe. Tyler Dictanis and Wally Troughton with you from the best seat in the House of Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. 14-0 Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville. 10:47 to play in the second quarter. As the ensuing kickoff will be fielded on the far side of the field at the 20-yard line and brought back to the middle and surging his way to the 40-yard line. And that's where Potosi Cassville will set up shop. Riverside on the return for PC, and now it is 1st and 10 for Potosi Cassville. Now a big moment here for Potosi Cassville, Wally.
Well, right now is when they have to get it going again. They've got to do something offensively, but again, the one thing they can't do is they can't have penalties. And again, I mentioned before, when they played up at Wazeeka against SWCS, they had a penalty problem, and it hurt them in the game.
Two backs in the backfield for Aaron Edge, and he gives to the deep back as Hunter White with some room on the near side, across the 50, angling towards the sideline, 40, and tackled down just shy of the 30-yard line. Bo Ponder on the tackle for Blackhawk Warren, but a big run for Potosi Cassville. Hunter White puts PC in Blackhawk Warren territory. 1st and 10 on the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down at the 31-yard line.
That's a sweep over here to the near side. And they got a nice block, kicking a defensive end out. Cornerback got caught outside. He got back inside them, and that's what took him all the way down here. 30-yard run.
Reed Weber, the lone receiver, wide to the left side, but they give to River Sar, and Sar looking for some room on the left side, able to get it across the 30 to about the 29-yard line, but not a lot of room after that. It'll be 2nd and about 7 as they give them forward progress to the 28.
Yeah, they ended up got an extra couple yards out of that just through sheer effort. That's what most of that was. And again, that's a little belly play type thing off to the left side.
Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. 2nd and 7, and another give to Hunter White, and White gets tackled from behind across the 20-yard line. I believe he is in the Bitech green zone. They will say he's down at the 18-yard line. And that's a gain of 10 on the play for Hunter White. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Potosi Cassville. And PC threatening to get on the scoreboard with 9:19 and counting in the second quarter, down 14-0.
And they're getting outside now, and that's the difference. A little pitch then, and White was able to get outside that.
Officials blow the whistle as a Blackhawk Warren player being sent to the far sideline for an equipment issue, it appears. And now the clock starts to wind on 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Aaron Edge will give around to Hunter White, and White looking for the angle, gets to the 10, tiptoes the sideline, runs into the end zone. Is he in? That is a touchdown for Potosi Cassville. Hunter White scores from 18 yards out.
And again, it's a matter of getting to the outside because they have a little better success out there.
18-yard touchdown run for Hunter White, rushing touchdown number 12 for him on the season. 9:03 to play, 14-6 the new score, and Potosi Cassville will break the huddle and likely go for the PAT. As Aaron Edge will try and put it through the uprights. He's 21 of 31 on extra point attempts on the season. On the hold of Logan Roush. Snap is down, Roush with the hold. The kick is up, end over end. And it is good. So Potosi Cassville will get a point and flush extra point to go with their Northland Buildings touchdown to make the score 14-7 with 9:03 to play in the second quarter. Good answer there by Potosi Cassville.
Well, that was done on the legs of Hunter White. We get a couple of real nice runs from him, a pitch and then a sweep, and just made the right cuts every time.
Football tonight brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Cranston, the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. And by Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, and building a difference. And by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions and meeting local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 9:03 to play. In the second quarter, Blackhawk Warren 14, Potosi Cassville 7. Potosi Cassville just getting on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. And now Blackhawk Warren will try and answer back with Aaron Edge having the ball teed up for the ensuing kickoff. Back to return for Blackhawk Warren is number 5, Jackson Burgett, and number 6, Joe Ketchpaw. And now here's the end-over-end kick. Will be fielded by Burgett, and he will bring it across the 30-yard line on the far side of the field, now across the 40, still on his feet, near the 50, and finally gang tackled at about the 45-yard line. Excellent return by Jackson Burgett. Now Blackhawk Warren trying to go 3 for 3 on offense so far tonight. Bo Partner with a 23-yard touchdown to open the scoring, and then Woodruff finding the end zone from 2 yards out. 14-7 the score, and Blackhawk Warren sets up for their third drive, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
It's a good job of Aaron Edge on the tackle over there. He came back up and made a solid hit on him. It stopped him from his forward progress, and then he got a lot of help from white shirts.
Poponder under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Quinn, the receiver, wide to the left side. And this one, a give to Paquin. Paquin trying to bounce it off the right side. Gets to about the 50-yard line for a gain of 3. And we'll see if they do give him forward progress to the midfield marker.
Looks like they gave him 2 down to about the 49.
Yep, those are the football touching the 49-yard line. Game also brought to you by Holiday Gardens Event Center in Potosi, now booking holiday parties for businesses and families. Call the Holiday Gardens Event Center today at 608-763-2822. Second and 8 at the 49-yard line, 8:19 and counting in the second quarter, 14-7. Blackhawk Warren on top and with the football. Ponder gives a hard count, now give inside to Paquin, and Paquin gets across the 50 to about the 47-yard line, but there is a Pink's penalty flag in the backfield.
And we'll see what this call is. It's in the spot where quite often they're going to call holding, but late enough it could have been a mask.
And they say offsides on Blackhawk Warren.
Well, wait a minute. Not with 15 yards.
Man, that is a... Yeah, I couldn't tell what that was, but the Pink's penalty moves the football back to the Blackhawk Warren 34-yard line. That is a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that signal given this year.
Yeah. The clock is running under 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. And it is second and long for Blackhawk Warren. As Quinn going in motion from left to right. And now a pitch out to Paquin. Paquin had some blockers, but a big-time hit by River Sar at the 35-yard line. A hockey check-type tackle to bring Paquin to the ground. And now third and long coming up for Blackhawk Warren. They have to get it to the Potosi Cassville 43-yard line for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
Well, this is where River Sar is really tough as a linebacker because he's got good enough speed that he can come out and make those kind of plays.
The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Third and long for Blackhawk Warren. They have to get it to the Potosi Cassville 43. They're at their own 35. Motion by Woodruff, and now a fake inside. Ponder looking for a pass on the far side, and the pass is incomplete, just out of the reach of number 9, Bo Janecki, but there is a flag, I believe, on the far side.
And that's a false start on Blackhawk.
And Potosi Cassville going to decline the penalty.
So it becomes an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I believe it's more of a procedure penalty than a false start.
Right.
But Potosi Cassville declines the penalty, and now Blackhawk Warren essentially stops themselves with the number of penalties. Now set to punt it away for Blackhawk Warren is going to be Bryce Van Ralt, and back to return for Potosi Cassville is Hunter White. And this is a punt angled to the near sideline and takes a bounce at the Potosi Cassville 45. And I believe that's about where they will set up shop, as it's down at the 43.
Oh, really? I hate to question the officials, but that ball went out of bounds going on an angle, and it landed out of bounds at the 43. It should have been marked back closer to the 48. Yeah. If that's the only mistake they make all night, that's acceptable.
Ball spotted at the 43-yard line on the near side hash mark. First and 10 for Potosi Cassville, trailing 14-7 with 6:54 to play until halftime. And I believe River Sar on the ball. Carey that time gets a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's about as good as you ever do with River Sar, as they hold him only 1 yard, especially if he's running a trap play like that. He's so quick, and he hits that hole so quick.
Frederick Excavating, put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating of Potosi. 6:22 and counting in the second quarter as Aaron Edge will give it to Hunter White. White looking for some room on the near sideline, tiptoes it across the 50, now across the 40 to the 30, and a last-second tackle by Bo Podner at the 25-yard line. A big-time game for Hunter White. He is a game-breaker for Potosi Cassville right now, and it will be 1st and 10 on the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Football spotted at the 26-yard line in Blackhawk Warren territory.
29 yards on that sweep over here to the near side, and again, some nice blocking up front, getting those guards out in front.
This game also brought to you by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. And by Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Aaron Edge with 2 backs in the backfield, and he gets to River Sar. And Sar with a nice jump cut, able to get it across the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And the Potosi Cassville offense starting to build some momentum. After a gain of about 9 yards on the play, it'll be 2nd and 1.
And again, that's one of the things that just River Sar, it's kind of a typical of him, making as quick moves over there. He just has such a nice opportunity to cut.
Clare Bank with the 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, part of support of community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And an end around to Hunter White. White with a nice cut at the line. Surges forward across the 15 to the 14. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Potosi Cassville.
It's another sweep play with him coming from his right halfback position and just getting the ball. He's got some blockers out in front of him with guards pulling, and not as much big a gain this time, but still.
Potosi Cassville in the Bitech green zone, a green away. Bitech Resource Management up and row, 2 receivers wide to the right side, 2 backs in the backfield, and another give inside as Carey is knocked back into the backfield. That's River Sarr on the carry as he was met right in the middle by number 50, Riley Borkwin, and might have gotten back to the line, if anything. Looks like the football's at the 14.
Again, that's a belly play back over here on the near side, and it was all plugged up right at the line of scrimmage, so he didn't have anywhere to go. There just wasn't any bouncing really there they could do.
Second down and 10 for Potosi Cassville. 1 receiver wide to the right side, and a Pink's penalty flag from the far side of the field will blow this play dead. Looks like someone got a head start for Potosi Cassville. And Pink's penalty flag will move PC back 5 yards to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, that's their second penalty of the game. The first one was a holding back in the first quarter. And that's what took them out of their first drive.
Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville, and by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-brands.com. The Highland State Bank of Highland and HighlandStateBank.net. Coal Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City, and at CoalAcersGolfandGrill.com. Second and 15 after the Pink's penalty is Edge dropping back to pass, rolling to his right, escapes one defender, stops his momentum, throws it downfield, and it's picked off by Blackhawk Warren. Brody Argall bringing it down the field along the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds at the Blackhawk Warren 42-yard line. A Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover on the INT. And we'll see where they spot the football. I believe they say he stepped out at the 42. And it should be 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren.
Yeah, it will be 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren unless they have some sort of penalty that I didn't see. But he did step out of bounds here right near in front of me. And that's where they are spotting the ball apparently.
Brody Argall, the junior, coming out with the INT.
And they're marking it back. Yeah, that's about right.
The ball spotted at the...
Warrior ball, 1st and 10 from the 42.
That was a case of where,
yeah.
That was a case of where he ended up and he was under duress and he was looking to be able to throw the ball, and he should have thrown it away is what he should have done. But trying to make something happen.
For you fans, a miracle minute for the Romero.
3:28 remaining until halftime. 14-7, Blackhawk Warren on top, and now they take over after the Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover, courtesy of the interception by Argall. And now Podner under center with 2 backs in the backfield, 3 backs, I should say. And Podner going to keep it, trying to bounce it to the left side, gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line for a gain of 4. And 2nd and 6 coming up for Blackhawk Warren, 3:18 and counting.
What they've got set up is you've got your strong side. They've end up. They've got your three linemen. Then they put an H-back right back behind them, and that's where they're running the football. So you get an opportunity to drive a lot of people out of the way where you've got 4 bodies at the line of scrimmage against 2. So you're going to have a little better luck doing that. So they have to do somewhere along the line. Potosi has to address that. And, you know, as long as that H-back is there, you've got to fill that hole.
2nd and 6 for Blackhawk Warren at their own 46-yard line. Van Raal going in motion from left to right. They're going to give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff surges forward to the 50-yard line for another gain of about 4 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and 2 as the first down marker is at the Potosi Cassville 48-yard line.
And again, that comes back. That's that same thing, running in that same hole again. And you're even this time they bring the H-back in motion across. There's still plenty of room to run in there because you can double down on the nose, and you really just the tackle can kick out on the end.
2:15 and counting in the second quarter. 3rd and 2 for Blackhawk Warren. Ball spotted on the midfield stripe on the near side hash mark, and an end around to Paquin, and Paquin gets the first down across the Potosi Cassville 45 to the 44. Gain of 6 on the play.
It's a little crossbuck style where you end up, and it's almost like a belly out of the veer, where they come back around, he gets right behind Woodruff.
Game tonight brought to you by Russell Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, permit administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law offices another give inside to Paquin, and Paquin torpedoes forward to the 40, maybe to the 39. We'll see where they spot the football. Looks like they will give him credit to the 39-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Exact same play that they've been running to Woodruff, except now it's on the other side where Paquin is.
Blackhawk Warren coming to the line of scrimmage quickly as we are at 1:23 and counting. 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line. Under another give inside to Paquin. Paquin dropping the shoulder across the 35 to about the 32. And that's enough for Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Blackhawk Warren. Clock has stopped for a moment with 1:13, and now a timeout taken by Blackhawk Warren, their first of the first half. Potosi Cassville has all 3 of their timeouts.
At the very beginning of halftime, we'll be doing
And ball spotted at the 31-yard line after a gain of 8. Game tonight brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Football also brought to you by Bailey Excavating, excellently executing your excavation projects, including fence line and site prep, waterways, dams, and demolition. Bailey Excavating of Potosi.
It's one of the things, the Blackhawk backs hit the hole so quick because they're only a yard behind them. You know, they step right behind their lineman and take one giant step back to line up.
1:13 remaining coming out of the Blackhawk Warren timeout, 1st and 10. As Ponder going to pitch it out to Woodruff, and Woodruff with some room on the far side of the field, gets across the 30, tiptoeing the sideline, across the 20, still on his feet, angling towards the middle of the field, and a shoestring tackle just before the goal line. A massive run by Woodruff.
But there's a flag down about the, looks like about the
10-yard line. Yeah.
And it's a hold against Blackhawk Warren.
That's a legal block in the back. But man, oh man, what a run there by Woodruff.
So he's getting credit for a 10-yard, 11-yard run, and then the 10-yard penalty.
So the football is at the 20-yard line in the Bitech green zone of Greenaway. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Another give inside to Paquin, and Paquin hits across the 15 to about the 13. Called a gain of 7, and the clock continues to run with 36 seconds and counting.
Just about a yard to go for a first down.
Warriors come to the line of scrimmage quickly. Podner under center, and Podner will give to Paquin. Paquin with a nice cut at the line, but gets gang tackled just beyond the 10-yard line. And now a timeout taken by Blackhawk Warren. That'll stop the clock with 23 seconds remaining. Again, 14-7 the score. Blackhawk Warren on top. Blackhawk Warren trying to cash in with one more score before the halftime break.
And that's, again, it's a pretty good job running the ball here. They're doing what they always do. There's really nothing tricky here at all.
The second quarter.
Tonight's game brought to you by Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Darryl Crabb. Visit bigiron.com to learn more. Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. And by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from less. 1st and goal for Blackhawk Warren at the Potosi Cassville 8-yard line. 23 seconds left until halftime. 14-7. Warriors leading Potosi Cassville. Bo Podner under center as Paquin and Woodruff split in the backfield. Quinn, the receiver, on the right side, and Paquin tried to get an early start. A Pink's penalty flag will back him up 5 to the 13-yard line.
So we got an illegal procedure call there with him trying to get a jump on it. So that moves him all the way back to the 13.
TriStar pallets of Highland and TriStar mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Jury and the gang a call. TriStar pallets of Highland and TriStar mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Blackhawk Warren with one timeout remaining in the first half. Potosi Cassville with all three if they need them. 14-7 the score. First and goal again for Blackhawk Warren, but this time at the 13-yard line after the Pinks penalty. And Podner will bounce it to the right side, gets tackled across the 10, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 8. And now the Warriors will spend that final timeout with 15 seconds to go until halftime. As the football is at the 8-yard line.
Second and goal from the 8.
Tonight's game also brought to you by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club. Their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that'll last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz of the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you the Millie's Diner Halftime Fix, brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Coming out of the final Blackhawk Warren timeout, 18 seconds remaining until halftime. 14-7, Warriors on top, and it's second and goal from the Potosi Cassville 8-yard line. Podner under center, two backs in the backfield. Podner dropping back to pass, rolling to his right, looking for someone to pass to downfield. Pass is caught in the back of the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Jackson Burgett coming out with the touchdown reception. And it's a 2-score lead for Blackhawk Warren, 20-7. The new score with 12 seconds remaining until halftime. Great job by Podner, able to buy time and somehow makes the throw across his body and finding Burgett in the back of the end zone.
That was a great catch. I mean, the throw just was able to just barely get through there.
Jackson Burgett's first receiving touchdown of the season came into the game with 4 catches for 61 yards on the season, but he gets an 8-yard touchdown reception here to make it 20-7. Warriors on top of Potosi Cassville. And now the Warriors come to the line of scrimmage to go for the 2-point conversion. Grant Quinn, the receiver, wide to the left side. Podner under center with Woodruff and Paquin split in the backfield. The ball given inside to Paquin, and Paquin surges across the line for the 2-point conversion. 22-7, Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville. 12 seconds to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the McNutt Electric halftime report. We'll check in on the Shoebox scoreboard as we got a busy night across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations tonight. Final week of the regular season in high school football. Tonight's game brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Lancaster Dental Associates at Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Subs.com, fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at subs.com. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Pinks Automotive in Lancaster and Goodney's Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. And by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. 22-7, Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville. Cole Dunleavy and Bryce Van Ralt kick it off as it's going to be number 70. Cole Dunleavy with the kick, and ball will be downed at the Potosi Cassville 40-yard line.
Oh, that was Ben Enfield that came up. He went up and caught the ball and went right straight down to the ground.
10 seconds remaining. Potosi Cassville with all 3 of their timeouts. We'll see how aggressive they will try to be. Potosi Cassville will receive the second half kickoff as well. As the Potosi Cassville offense comes to the line of scrimmage, one receiver wide to the left side, two backs in the backfield for Aaron Edge. Edge going to give on an end around to Hunter White, and White tiptoeing the sideline again near the 50-yard line, angles out of bounds, stops the clock with 5 seconds left until halftime as Hunter White brings it to the 47-yard line of Blackhawk Warren territory.
Nice job on that sweep. Good kick-out block over here by the guard.
Potosi Cassville breaks the huddle, one receiver out to the right side. That's Reed Weber. Sarin White in the backfield, and White will get it again, trying to go for the sweep on the left side. Escapes one defender, but gets tackled from behind by number 70, Cole Dunlavy. No time remaining on the clock. And our score at the halftime break, Blackhawk Warren 22, Potosi Cassville 7. Coming up next, our McNutt Electric halftime report, our shoebox scoreboard update, the Millie's Diner halftime fix. That's all straight ahead right here on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Better health starts here, and that means getting the care you need close to home when you need it. Grant Regional Health Center offers a wide variety of outpatient services, including wound care, IV infusions, injections, blood transfusions, antibiotic therapy, and much more. We've expanded our offerings to better serve you. Before you travel out of town or hours away, call us at 608-723-1309 to inquire about receiving outpatient services here. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the hygiene brand of products, as well as other dairy hygiene products. Make your operation more efficient and profitable, and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and FullersMilkerCenter.com.
In Game 4.
Halftime in South Wayne, 22-7, Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville, number 3 leading number 2 in the state in Division 7 football to Six Rivers Conference Championship on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Coming up next, the McNutt Electric halftime report. We'll check in on the shoebox scoreboard and get you the Millie's Diner halftime fix. That's all straight ahead right here on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear liners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 5.
22-7, the halftime score. Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Quick check on the shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. As previous head coach of Blackhawk Warren, Corey Mills, being recognized here at halftime. He's being inducted into the WFCA Hall of Fame coming up this spring. And, of course, a very accomplished coach here at Blackhawk Warren. Multiple state championships here during the 2010 decade. Again, our shoebox scoreboard update at the half. Benton Scales Mount Schulzberg 7, Southwestern East Dubuque nothing. Over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mineral Point leads Fenimore 14-12 with 4:02 to go in the second quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, New Glarus had a 7-0 lead on Lancaster. That is on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge was up on Peck Argyle 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Coming up next, the McNutt Electric halftime report And our Millie's Diner halftime fix, that's all straight ahead on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Looking to upgrade your windows? Look no further than Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Whether it's the elegance of Hunter Douglas window treatments or the beauty of Carroll Fabrics custom draperies, Hermson's has the perfect solution for your home with top quality products and expert service. Hermson's will measure and install, taking the stress out of your project. Don't wait. Call Hermson's today to schedule your appointment and transform your windows with style and sophistication. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's the Drive into Fall event going on now at Turpin Motors. Just announced up to 27% off retail on select new vehicles. Save up to $20,000. If we don't have the vehicle you're looking for, we'll deal or trade for it. Financing as low as 0% with approved credit. No payment for 90 days. All qualified new vehicles come with a lifetime powertrain warranty with the Turpin Advantage. Stop by and check out the great deals on new vehicles with no payments for 90 days. See dealer for details. The Drive into Fall event is going on now at Turpin Dodge Ram and Jeep, JFK and Dodge Street in Dubuque.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. The halftime score here in South Wayne, 22-7. Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi, Cassville. Tyler Duktanis and Wally Trout with you with the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. This is our McNutt Electric halftime report brought to you by McNutt Electric in the Belmont. Let's recap the first half scoring in our game between Division 7 juggernauts. Blackhawk Warren began with the football and scored on their first drive, 8 plays, and a 23-yard touchdown run for Bo Podner. The 2-point conversion was no good. 6-0 was our score with 7:20 to play in the first quarter. Potosi Cassville would have an 8-play drive of their own, but would stall and would turn it over on downs after a Subs.com sack, and the football would be spotted at the Potosi Cassville 40-yard line. Blackhawk Warren would then go on a drive that would bridge the first and second quarters, a 7-play drive resulting in a 2-yard touchdown run for number 14, Jacob Woodruff. The 2-point conversion was good. 14-0 the score with 10:37 to play in the second quarter. Potosi Cassville would score 3 plays later on a Hunter White 18-yard touchdown scamper. The point and flush extra point was good by Aaron Edge to make it 14-7. And Blackhawk Warren would turn the ball over, and Potosi Cassville would take possession with 6:54 to play in the second quarter. Potosi Cassville would drive 6 plays before an interception thrown by Aaron Edge and picked off by Brody Argall, beg your pardon. Argall would bring it back to the Blackhawk Warren 42-yard line, and the Warriors would capitalize, going 9 plays and a touchdown reception from Bo Podner to Jackson Burgett in the back of the end zone, his first receiving touchdown of the season. The 2-point conversion was good. 22-7 was the score with 10 seconds left. Potosi Cassville ran a couple plays with those 10 seconds left, but unable to get it in the end zone. Potosi Cassville will receive the second half kickoff, and while a very entertaining game, but a few costly penalties for Potosi Cassville, disrupting some drives and giving Blackhawk Warren even more opportunities to get on the scoreboard.
The difference in the game right now are Potosi's mistakes. The first mistake being the big penalty that they had, which took them really out of an opportunity to score right away in the first quarter. And so there's one. And then, of course, Blackhawk took it the other way and ended up scoring. And the second big one was the interception, which, again, took them out of scoring again. And otherwise, we're looking at a little different ball game right now, except for those 2 huge mistakes. Comment that I want to make about halftime. With Corey Mills being honored here and being inducted into the Hall of Fame, but I'm happy to say that Dennis Murphy was out there to share that with him and to make his own comments as being already a member of the Coaches Hall of Fame. I only know of one other coach in this area that is entering the Hall of Fame this year, and that's Guy Kopp of Cuba City. There may be somebody else that I don't know about, but I do want to recognize that fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, definitely. And what do the first half stats tell us here, Wally?
Well, the biggest difference right away, I think, is the fact that Blackhawk Warren has run 10 more plays than Potosi Cassville has, and that is a big part of it. But as we're looking at running the ball, Ponder's up at 62 yards, Woodruff with 68, and Paquin with 55. Well, that's an awful lot of yards here right away. So we're talking 175 yards of rushing the football in the first half. Not bad. Only 2 passes thrown by Ponder. He 1 of 2, and that was for 8 yards, and, of course, it was a touchdown. For Potosi Cassville, Aaron Edge has thrown the ball once, and it was one of those he should have thrown away. It ended up being the turnover, the interception. The running plays, that hasn't gone well except for Hunter White, and he has been able to himself 125 yards, 32 for River Sar, but they're really keying on him because they know he's extremely dangerous. You cannot let him get free at all. So there's a total of 151 yards of offense for Potosi Cassville. Really, it's not comparing well at all here, and it's mostly because of those mistakes.
Yeah, so that will lead to our Millie's Diner halftime fix, brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Step in and see what they're fixing for you. Obviously, the penalty is a big thing for Potosi Cassville, things that they have to address heading into the second half. What are the things that stood out to you about Blackhawk Warren?
Blackhawk Warren doesn't have to change a whole lot. I mean, let's face it, their regular offense is working just fine. They're close enough to the line. They hit the hole quick, and this is the same thing they've been doing for the last, good heavens, 20 years?
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't any different at all. The thing that they have going for them, and it's a little wrinkle in what they have done in the past, where you get an H-back that, in other words, like a wing back, but he'll line up kind of a little inside, and as a result, you get an extra blocker, and if they do that back over on the strong side, you've got a big hole there, and all of a sudden, you've got a lot more room to run through there, because you got a defensive end out here, and your defensive tackle is lined up closer to the center, and that's an awfully big hole, and that's where they've been running, and if you hit the hole quick, you're going to gain a lot of yards, and they have.
Yeah, it's been a fast-moving first half. Our halftime score, 22-7, Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville on our McNett Electric halftime report, brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. Some more shoebox scoreboard updates we can tell you about. And over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Mineral Point leads Fenimore at the half 14-12. Very intriguing score.
Yeah, it is.
Mineral Point. Also at the half, Iowa Grant 6, Riverdale nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the half, Platteville 42, Broadhead Judah 6.
Not shocking.
Yep. And those are the most recent updates that we can bring you on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the second half kickoff between Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren. Again, the halftime score 22-7. Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville. This has been the McNett Electric halftime report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. The second half coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Lancaster, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Bradley Preer, agent at Bradley Preer Agency, LLC. Call me at 608-723-2990, and let's talk about your insurance needs today. Contact Bradley Preer, agent at Bradley Preer Agency, LLC at 608-723-2990 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Oakwood Fruit Farm is bursting with the flavors of fall. Check out Honeycrisp, Cortland, Macintosh, and many more apples. The bakery's in full swing with fresh apple cider donuts, take and bake pies ready for your oven, gooey caramel apples. While you're there, stock up on fresh apple cider, cranberries, pumpkins, squash, and other seasonal treats. And here's the cherry, apple on top. Every Tuesday, take 10% off all apple purchases. Celebrate the taste of fall at Oakwood Fruit Farm, where every bite tastes like autumn.
Oakwood Fruit Farms, that's the one for family fun.
In Game 6.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis and Wally Trout with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Potosi Cassville will receive the second half kickoff, and they trail, 22-7 to Blackhawk Warren. Another update on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In the bottom of the second inning, the LA Dodgers on top of the Milwaukee Brewers, 3-0. The Dodgers looking to go for the sweep on the Brewers in the NLCS. That game is over on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL. Our football game tonight brought to you by Pages and Parcels, now open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the Old Brenner Store, the spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. By Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, farm, or business. For all of your real estate needs, call Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate in Monroe. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. The team at Havy's Bar in Tennyson proudly supports the Potosi Cassville football team. Havy's in Tennyson, where good times and good friends come together after the game or anytime. Midwest Motorsports, visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. Also by the Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or Facebook, or just come in to see what they can do for you. By Bailey Excavating, excellently executing your excavation projects, including fence line and site prep, waterways, dams, and demolition. Bailey Excavating of Potosi. Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. And by Pecatonica Co-op Oil in South Waymart for all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle, but for yourself as well. Quality Cenex fuel products will keep you on the go. The South Waymart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne. Also by Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland of Haverland Heating and Cooling. Also brought to you by Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, and building a difference. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction, demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. By Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. As there's some trash talk going on here in the Best Seat in the House of Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Corey Mills here in the press box celebrating his recognition as he's going to be going into the WFCA Hall of Fame coming up here.
That's one of the things Murphy was giving me a hard time about this and that and everything else, but then again, he's always done that, so I'm used to it.
Football also brought to you by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions and meeting local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. Also by Holiday Gardens Event Center in Potosi, now booking holiday parties for businesses and families. Call the Holiday Gardens Event Center today at 608-763-2822. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Frederick Excavating put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for you on your next excavation or demolition project. Frederick Excavating of Potosi. Northland Buildings, for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Game also brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Claire Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, part to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Potosi Cassville taking the field to receive the second half kickoff. They will work from right to left as we see it from the Best Seat in the House, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis and Wally Trump with you here in South Wayne for the Six Rivers Conference Championship, 22-7. Blackhawk Horn leading Potosi Cassville as Bryce Van Ralt and Cole Dunlavy, co-kickers on the kickoffs, putting the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line.
A lot of it depends on, do you want the ball to go deep or not?
Right.
That's about it.
Back to return for Potosi Cassville is Darius Tate, and it was Alex Frederick, but now it's River Saar as the end over on kick will angle out of bounds, and a illegal procedure penalty on the kickoff will get Potosi Cassville the football in good field position.
This is one of the things where I always wonder about it, and do you always want to just take the ball, or do you want to make them kick again and with a 5-yard penalty and marking it off? So then they would kick from the 35. I'm one of those, I always like to make them kick again. That was always me. Because sometimes you make them pay because they're trying to keep it away from somebody when they kick off.
22-7 the score. Potosi Cassville trailing. The only score was on a Hunter White 18-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7. Early in the second quarter, and now Aaron Edge brings the Potosi Cassville offense to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line on the near side hash mark. Aaron Edge takes the snap, now rolling right, looking for some room. Has some space and gets tackled from behind across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Forward progress might bring it to the 43. A nice run there by Aaron Edge, a gain of 8. Sets up second down, and we'll call it 3 as they bring it back to the 42.
It's one of the things. He'd only carried the ball one other time, and that was when he got sacked the one time. So I think you're going to see him carrying the ball a little more.
Well, on the far side hash mark as Edge goes under center, 2 backs in the backfield with him. And they will give to River Saar, and Saar dropping the shoulder, makes a nice cut back to the middle of the field, and he has enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Had to get it to the 45, got to the 47, 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville.
And again, like I said, he hits the ball hole real quick, and he's got some nice speed, and you've already seen some of the moves that he can make. So again, that's one of the reasons why they've been very focused on him.
One receiver wide to the right side, 2 backs in the backfield once again for Edge under center, and Edge going to give around to Hunter White, and White cuts it back to the middle of the field across the 50 and gets stonewalled at the 49-yard line by Bryce Van Ralt. Try to find some room on the outside edge, but Ralt not having much of it. It's a gain of 4, maybe 5 on the play as they bring it to the 49-yard line in Blackhawk Warren territory.
One of the things that he was forced to do is to cut inside sooner than he really would have liked to have. And as a result, this time they had more black shirts there to be able to make the play on him.
Football just off the left side hash mark. As Potosi Cassville working from right to left, and Riverside will get another carry. Try to carry it up the middle, but a group of Warriors gang up to make the tackle. And maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2. We'll see how much forward progress they give them, and the football is just across the 47-yard line.
Yeah, in fact, actually, I would call it all the way down to the 46. And so as a result, he got close to 3 yards, but he ran into big traffic. I mean, a major traffic jam in there as he was coming back through. But again, a lot of that is focusing on him and getting those safeties are going to come over and try to make a play.
3rd and 4 coming up for Potosi Cassville, 9:49 and counting in the third quarter as another carry by Hunter White. Bounces off one defender, still on his feet, and finally chased down from behind across the 30-yard line, close to the 20, as Hunter White again carrying the team on his back for Potosi Cassville. And the football will be spotted inside the 25-yard line to the 23. What a run there by Hunter White.
And that's a good 23-yard gallop, and he a lot of yards after the tackle.
Potosi Cassville back to the line of scrimmage quickly. They give back to White. White looking for some room on the outside, but there is nowhere to go as Bryce Van Ralt and at number 12, Brody Argall, make the tackle, and Pink's penalty flags flying after the play.
So this will be an interesting call because it's after the play.
This could be a potential tri-court turning point depending on who it's on. Especially if it's on Potosi Cassville, as had a lot of momentum on their side to begin the second half. And it's a face mask against Blackhawk Warren.
A personal foul face mask. Oh, and I got a penalty on Potosi too? I didn't see that signal.
Yeah, those are offsetting penalties.
But they're after the play.
The officials talking about it at the 23-yard line.
They're going to mark off the penalty against Blackhawk first, and then they're coming back with the other penalty.
So while they sort out that, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Russell Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Offices.
Here's the question. Potosi Cassville lost 3 yards on the penalties against each team, and it was a 15-yarder against Blackhawk. I don't understand it.
But another first down play, 1st and 13, and a nice cut up the middle by River Sar, but a shoestring tackle to save the touchdown by number 23, Grant Quinn. And a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Potosi Cassville in the Bitech green zone, a greener way. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Ball spotted at about the 13-yard line.
Well, that's why River Sar is so scary.
Potosi Cassville coming to the line of scrimmage, 8:52 and counting in the third quarter, trailing 22-7. Aaron Edge under center. Edge going to give inside, and Edge, no, he just keeps it, but runs into a defender right away at subs.com. Sack, I believe, as Justin Patton makes the tackle, loses one. 2nd and long coming up.
Technically, it's not a sack. He wasn't trying to throw the ball. It was obvious he was trying to run with it, but he's still a yard loss, no matter how you cut it.
Well, a subs TFL, we'll call it then.
There you go, TFL.
2nd and 11 with 8:20 to go in the third quarter, 22-7 the score. Aaron Edge giving around to Hunter White again, and White cuts it back to the middle of the field across the 15 and maybe gets to the 10. We'll see where it's at there. And now another stoppage as Mark Seeger coming onto the field, and he is lecturing his Potosi Cassville squad. Potosi Cassville, I believe, calls timeout with 8:07 to play in the third.
Yes, he did.
I'll give us a chance to tell you our game is brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. in Lancaster by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Also by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, he's Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. The Highland State Bank and HighlandStateBank.net. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com.
I think it was a case where Coach Siegert was a little upset with his linemen because some guys really weren't doing some things they should be doing.
3rd and 8 for Potosi Cassville coming out of the timeout at the 12-yard line. And a give to Hunter White, and White is dropped in the backfield by Bryce Van Ralt. Boy, he is a game breaker on the defensive side for Blackhawk Warren tonight. Loss of yardage, 4th and 7, coming up at the 13-yard line.
I actually thought he gained about a half a yard because it's closer to 4th and 6.
Yeah, it looks like they did give him forward progress to the 11. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. Potosi Cassville, of course, going to go for it, trailing 22-7 with 7:33 and counting in the third quarter. One receiver to the right side, 2 backs in the backfield for PC. Aaron Edge under center. Fakes inside, now dropping back to pass. He's in trouble, trying to flush it out. Throws to the far side. Pass is caught. But was he at the first down marker? They're going to say he's short, and it's a turnover on downs for Potosi Cassville. So the catch was made. I believe Logan Roush had the reception, but he was just short of the first down marker, and now Blackhawk Warren taking possession with 7:17 to play in the third quarter, leading 22-7.
And again, you're looking at the fact that a Potosi penalty here created the problem. So they've shot themselves in the foot here.
Yeah, that Pink's penalty, huge for Potosi Cassville. Now Blackhawk Warren with the football at their own 5-yard line. Well, Podner under center, and Podner gives inside and up the gut. Ball carrier brings it close to the first down marker as that's Dax Paquin. And that does move the sticks for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, and the beat goes on for the Blackhawk Warren offense, just running it up the gut.
And it's the same thing. It's the same stuff. There's nothing changed there any different. You know, Potosi just has to have somebody right there at the point of attack, and they really don't.
Gain of 11 on the last play. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Blackhawk Warren. Bo Podner under center once again. Paquin and Woodruff split in the backfield. And ball carrier, I believe, is Woodruff, and Woodruff gets it close to the 20-yard line.
It's like a couple yards there is about all he got.
Yeah, about the 19-yard line is what they'll give him credit for. So a gain of 3 on the play.
Big play defensively right here for Potosi Cassville. They really need to hold them to not much of anything and make it 3rd and long.
2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. And trying to bounce it outside is Podner, and Podner is finally twisted and thrown to the ground by Potosi Cassville's Aaron Edge, committing some quarterback-on-quarterback crime, getting Aaron Podner to the ground. Or Bo Podner, I should say, to the ground. And now 3rd and long coming up for Blackhawk Warren. And this is that big opportunity you were mentioning, Wally.
Well, they held him to 2 yards. It ends up here being 3rd and 5. You would have liked to have had a 3rd and long if you're Potosi, but this is 3rd and medium. It's not quite as good as you would have liked.
Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. One receiver wide to the left side for Blackhawk Warren. 3rd and 6. And a pass play is Podner trying to pass over the middle. Pass is caught on the far side. I believe that's Woodruff on the reception, and he brings it out to the 38-yard line. Nice catch there by Jacob Woodruff. As Podner able to buy time, rolling to his left, found Podner wide open. Or Woodruff open, I should say, and it's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Big explosive play for Blackhawk Warren.
And that was really a nice catch. Good job getting away from the pressure.
Gain of 17 on that play as Podner under center once again. Podner gives up the gut, and it's going to be another run for Jacob Woodruff. Brings it across the 40 and down near the 44-yard line. And the great thing about Blackhawk Warren, too, is that, not only are they running it just up the gut, they're staying north and south on those runs, and when they fall forward, they're getting an extra 1 or 2 yards, and that adds up.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. I mean, that's it's frustrating, really, if you're a Potosi fan.
4:15 and counting in the third quarter, 22-7, Blackhawk Warren with the lead and the ball. Podner fakes inside, now bounces it to the left side. Looking for some room, gets across the 45 to about the 47, and not much room after that. He is near the first down marker, but maybe about half a yard shy as they will spot the ball at the 46. So a gain of 4 on the play makes it 3rd and 1 with 3:51 and counting in the third.
And that puts him down really a 3rd and 1. That's it's not one that you usually worry about, especially with success you've had running the ball up to this point.
Scoreboard says it's 3rd and 2. Podner takes a snap, another give inside, and falling forward and getting the first down. I believe is number 14, Jacob Woodruff, able to come out of the scrum, and that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Blackhawk Warren, their 3rd converted first down of this drive.
And that one he just barely got, but he got it. Oh, on the shoebox scoreboard, an interesting score at halftime. Dodgeville 14, River Valley 13.
A lot of intrigue with that because River Valley's still fighting for a share of the SWC title.
And at half, New Glarus 21, Lancaster 12.
Another interesting score of that game over on 97.7 Country WGLR. 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren. 3 minutes and counting as Podner bounces it to the left side, still on his feet, and gets into the 3rd level before finally being taken down by Aaron Edge at the 35-yard line. Another big run for Blackhawk Warren, and Bo Podner, the quarterback this time, found some room on the left side of the line, and it's 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren at the Potosi Cassville 35-yard line.
And that's 18 yards on that run for Podner. But again, that's just a matter of keeping your eyes focused on where you want to run. You can just keep your feet turning.
Midwest Motorsports, visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. 1st and 10 for Blackhawk Warren at the 35-yard line in Potosi Cassville territory, and a give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff falls forward for a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. We'll see where they spot it, but it'll be about 2nd and 7 coming up. As they say, he got it to the 32-yard line.
It was interesting. One of the blocks I saw on there I thought was rather interesting. It was kind of a bear hug block. But again, that's the situation where you, as a defensive lineman, you put yourself in that position.
Warriors come to the line on 2nd and 7. Same 2 backs in the backfield. Woodruff and Paquin split. Podner takes a snap. And he's going to keep it on the left side with a lot of room, tiptoeing the sideline across the 10 and into the end zone, leaping over a defender for a Northland Buildings touchdown. But there is a Pinks penalty flag on the far side of the field.
And that was a 22-yard run, but it is a hold.
Oh, flag waves off the penalty for Blackhawk Warren.
That would have been a game-breaking touchdown.
Yeah, we were talking about how the Pinks penalties have really hurt Potosi Cassville. That one hurts Blackhawk Warren too. Takes a touchdown off the board with 1:36 to go in the third quarter, and you had a chance to go up 3 scores on your conference rival in the conference championship game. The Pinks penalty flag brings the football back to the 43-yard line.
That's a huge penalty.
So 2nd and 17 at the 43-yard line, 1:36 to play in the third quarter, 22-7. Blackhawk Warren on top, and they have the football for play number 10 of this drive. Van Ralt going in motion from left to right, and a toss to Paquin. Paquin bouncing it to the left side across the 40-yard line to about the 37. And it'll be 3rd down and about 13 to go.
Yeah, 5 yards on that run.
So 3rd down and 13.
Blackhawk Warren has to get it across the Potosi Cassville 25-yard line for Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. Game tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC.
We're down at 57 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Blackhawks taking a timeout.
Blackhawk Warren.
That's their first timeout of the second half. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining in the game. And our game tonight is brought to you by the team at Havy's Bar in Tennyson, proudly supporting the Potosi Cassville football team. Havy's in Tennyson, where good times and good friends come together after the game or anytime. Mound City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. Melody Hawkins of Exit Professional Real Estate Monroe. Her experience in real estate takes the stress out of buying your next home, farm, or business. For all of your real estate needs, call Melody Hawkins at Exit Professional Real Estate in Monroe. By Pecatonica Co-op Oil in South Wayne Mart. For all of your fuel needs, not only for your vehicle, but for yourself as well. Quality Cenex fuel products will keep you on the go. The South Wayne Mart and Pecatonica Co-op Oil of South Wayne.
This is one of those times where Blackhawk, they don't mind throwing the ball. I could see that happening here.
We'll see what they do on 3rd and 13 as Van Ralt goes in motion from left to right. Ponder dropping back to pass, and he's going to heave one looking for Van Ralt along the near sideline, and the pass is broken up by number 1, Darius Tate, coming in at the last second to knock it away as Van Ralt was streaking along the near sideline, and just what Potosi Cassville needed, a big 3rd down stop. And now it's still 4-down territory for Blackhawk Warren, just given the field position, but a big potential momentum swing for Potosi Cassville.
The reason I expected them to throw the ball at that particular point is they're going for it on 4th down.
Right.
So why not? Let's take the shot right here rather than doing it when everybody thinks we have to do it on a 4th down play.
Van Ralt is the big target for Blackhawk Warren. He had 14 receptions coming into this game, and now Ponder under center on 4th and 13 at the 42. Ponder dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Throws it over the middle. Pass is deflected and knocked away by Potosi Cassville. Turnover on downs for Blackhawk Warren. And Potosi Cassville takes over with 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, but a Pinks penalty flag on the field at the 42-yard line.
That was supposed to be a screen pass.
And an eligible man downfield for Blackhawk Warren. Potosi Cassville obviously declines the penalty, and now Potosi Cassville taking possession. Again, with 35 seconds left, trailing 22-7.
First time that they've really had a good solid stop, but it took a penalty on Blackhawk to set it up.
Penalties have been killer at varying times tonight for both teams.
Penalties are killers always,
right.
And it's one of the things that you'd like to say I don't want any penalties, but at the same token, you don't want any mental penalties, and that's ones you really don't want. Aggressive ones you can live with usually.
Potosi Cassville taking possession at the 38-yard line as Aaron Edge with a toss play to Hunter White, and Hunter White is hit hard as he got across the line of scrimmage, fell forward to the 40-yard line. And we'll call it a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming up for Potosi Cassville, 22 seconds left in the 3rd.
Hunter White's already had a pretty big night. He's got 158 yards unofficially. So it shows he's been busy.
Ball just off the left side hash mark. And Potosi Cassville will run one final play in the 3rd quarter as Edge with a play fake rolling right now. He's it downfield looking for a receiver, and the pass is caught by Darius Tate in Blackhawk Warren territory at the 30 or the 26-yard line. A massive catch for Darius Tate on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is the final play of the 3rd. With the score, Blackhawk Warren 22, Potosi Cassville 7. The 4th quarter coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance, they'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Save big money on your next project now at Menards. Get ready for the winter and keep your equipment protected with Shelter Logic Storage Solutions. We carry durable steel frame shelters and garages to fit your needs. They offer quick installation to store vehicles, boats, and yard equipment with easy drive-in access. Save big money on all outdoor storage and check out more great deals happening now in our weekly flyer on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
In Game 7.
Start of the fourth quarter at South Wayne, Blackhawk High School, 22-7. Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville. Potosi Cassville with the football after the big explosive play as they got it to Blackhawk Warren territory at the 25-yard line, and the first carry of the fourth quarter goes to Hunter White, gets it to the 22-yard line, I believe, is where they'll spot the football, a gain of 3.
And again, that's that sweep play back over here to the short side of the field. They've ended up, and they're really getting a lot. Blackhawk Warren's getting a lot of people to flow to that now, more than they did in the first half.
Two receivers to the right side, two backs in the backfield for Aaron Edge, and Edge gives to River Sar, and Sar makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. Now bounces it to the left side with a lot of room, angling towards the pylon inside the 5, tiptoes inside for a Northland Buildings touchdown.
And again, that's why River Sar is so scary, because he gets a chance, he's going to take you all the way.
River Sar with his first rushing touchdown of the game, number 21 for him on the season, 22-13. The new score, Potosi Cassville now back alive, and they will either kick the extra point or go for the 2-point conversion. We'll see what they decide to do. They did kick the extra point on their first touchdown, which was good by Aaron Edge. And just basing it off what we're seeing from Aaron Edge running off the sideline, they're going to line up for the 2-point conversion. And Aaron Edge comes to the line. One receiver out to the left, wing back to the right side. Going to give up the middle. Or no, Aaron Edge kept it, bounced it to the left side, but he stopped short of the line. And the score will remain 22-13. Blackhawk Warren on top of Potosi Cassville. Still a 2-possession game for Blackhawk Warren. We'll get the ensuing kickoff after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
From top to bottom, inside and out, Midwest Roofing and Construction has you covered. Need a new roof or siding? Call the pros. Looking for energy-efficient spray foam insulation? Midwest Roofing and Construction does that too. See them for new construction, pole sheds, and decks. One call does it all. For quality local service and a free estimate, call Midwest Roofing and Construction at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Or visit MidwestRoofingPros.com.
In Game 8.
Buckle in for a fun finish from Blackhawk High School in South Wayne, 22-13. Blackhawk Warren leading Potosi Cassville as Potosi Cassville gets the ensuing kickoff and is fielded by Jackson Burgett at about the 10-yard line. Burgett cutting it back to the middle of the field, now out to the outside to the 30, still on his feet before finally wrestled down at about the 31-yard line.
30-yard line.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis and Wally Troughton with the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. Blackhawk Warren trying to answer back after the 23-yard touchdown run by River Sard to make it 22-13 with 11:09 to play in the fourth quarter.
So right now, defensively, it's a big deal for Potosi Cassville.
So Podner under center, two backs in the backfield once again, and Podner gives inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff is stood up after a minimal gain, gets it to the 34, so a gain of 3.
So that's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
But again, it's a good job by Woodruff. Is just a tough runner, and like I said, he gets to the hole quick, so you've got to be able to make some contact right away.
Forward progress brought it to the 35-yard line. Game today brought to you by Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line, as Podner will keep it after faking it to the outside, and Podner falls forward to the 38-yard line. Should be about 3rd and 3 for the Warriors as they move it back to the 38. Gain of 3.
So it ends up, at this point, Podner's already up to 100, just shy of 100 yards.
And the offense comes to the line on 3rd and 3. 10 minutes left in the fourth. 22-13. Blackhawk Horn with the lead and the ball, and another give inside. And the ball carrier gets it to the first down marker, and I believe they're going to say move the sticks. That is Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, as I believe Woodruff was on the carry again.
Woodruff carried the ball just across the 41.
Got it right at the 41-yard line, right where that first down stick was.
I mean, that was just the first down.
1st and 10, Blackhawk Warren on the far side, hash mark, working right to left in the fourth quarter. Podner under center. Going to give inside to Paquin, and Paquin bouncing off bodies across the 45-yard line. And a gain of about 3 as they put it at the 44.
They're doing a good job of holding to the 3 yards, but, boy, you can't let them have the 4-yard if you're Potosi Cassville.
Game brought to you by Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. Just over 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, 22-13. Blackhawk Warren with the lead and the ball, 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line. Now the give to Woodruff. Woodruff trying to bounce it to the right side, but runs into a pile of bodies at the 47-yard line. And it's a 3rd and medium coming up for Blackhawk Warren, and this is another big moment for the Potosi Cassville defense. Can they try and turn them away?
Yeah, and that's 2 yards is all that Woodruff was able to get, and just crossing over to go on to the other side a little bit to try to get his running room there, but didn't find as much as he would have hoped for.
The Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them on the web or Facebook, or just come in and see what they can do for you. 3rd down, 5 yards to go at the 46-yard line. Blackhawk Warren has to get us to the Potosi Cassville 49 for a first down. Jackson Burgett going in motion, and a Pinks penalty flag. And is it on Blackhawk Warren?
I would say it is.
On a false start.
Yes, it is.
And this feels like deja vu, Wally. We saw a big Pinks penalty flag take a touchdown off the board, and now this flag moves him back to make it a 3rd and long.
This is a case where sometimes, kids, when you're ahead like this, kids all of a sudden will get a little more lackadaisical. And they're not going to be thinking with their head quite as much. They're going to try to push it just that little bit too much. And that's a good example right there.
Huge moment for Potosi Cassville. 3rd and 10 at the 41-yard line. Can the defense make a stop as Podner ducks under center? 2 receivers to the right side. Jackson Burgett, the wingback, going in motion. Toss play faked, and now Podner rolling to his left. Tried to throw it downfield, and it is caught by Van Ralt. And Van Ralt escapes one defender. He's scritched on the sideline, across the 20, to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Blackhawk Warren. What a catch, what a run, what a scamper into the end zone for Bryce Van Ralt. 28-13, the new score on the Northland Buildings touchdown catch and run. What a play.
Well, that's 59 yards on that scamper. And usually, tell you what, if you don't have Woodruff in your backfield, I'd be looking for a pass.
Right. 7:25 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Warriors will line up for two. Quinn, the receiver, out to the left side. Burgett, the wing back to the right. Paquin and Woodruff split. Now Podner under center. Podner fakes to Woodruff. Now heaves it for Van Ralton. That one knocked away at the last second. Lead by Aaron Edge. And the score will remain 28-13 with 7:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. As Bryce Van Ralt, a 59-yard catch and run, extends the Blackhawk Warren lead. We'll have the ensuing kickoff after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
Southwest Tech in Fenimore celebrates Wisconsin Manufacturing Month. Employers in Southwest Wisconsin are eager to hire skilled workers in manufacturing, and the Industrial Mechanic program at Southwest Tech equips students with technical expertise in areas like mechanical drive systems, electrical systems, basic welding, machining, and more. Graduates of this program can either enter the workforce or continue their education in the 2-year electromechanical technology program. Apply today at swtc.edu. Southwest Tech, education is unique as you.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, Propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
In game 9.
Cole Dunleavy with a line kickoff that's fielded at the 35-yard line and returned across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So Potosi Cassville sets up shop at their own 47-yard line with 7:19 to play in the fourth quarter, trailing 28-13 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors.
That was Ben Enfield on the on that return.
Now Potosi Cassville has to answer. Down 28-13, 7:19 left to play. Two receivers out to the left side, two backs in the backfield as Edge gives to Hunter White, and White gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line in Blackhawk Warren territory, and we'll see if Potosi Cassville decides to pick up the pace a little bit or if they're going to go with a traditional huddle.
I think they're going to continue on in their huddle, but we'll see. Yeah, they are.
Game brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And a carry for River Sarr, and Sarr is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Gets it to the 48-yard line, and River Sarr a little bit slow getting up after that pile.
36.
Yeah, tried to get a little run back off to the inside. I wanted to say it was a trap, but if it was a trap, it wasn't real well executed.
Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. 3rd and 6 for Potosi Cassville. Just over 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Edge dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Loses the football. It's on the ground. And the Warriors recover on the near sideline at the 40-yard line.
And recovered by the Warriors.
A Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover, and the Warriors will take possession at the Potosi Cassville 40-yard line after Aaron Edge fumbles in the backfield.
Kirkland recovered that fumble. Sacked by Van Roel. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
That wasn't. That ended up almost being just to send the whole gang through.
Right.
It really wasn't a whole lot of protection.
So after the Lancaster Dental Fenimore Smiles turnover, the Warriors will take possession at the Potosi Cassville 40-yard line. Bo Podner under center. And Podner gives inside to Paquin, and Paquin carrying defenders with him to about the 35-yard line, gain of about 5. Sets up 2nd and 5.
Below the line there on the tackle.
And again, now you're going to get a steady dose of this. You're not going to see any shocking, and they're going to take their time.
Pages and Parcels is open at 101 North Main Street in Potosi. You might know it as the Old Brunner Store, a spot for books, unique gifts, and quick pack and ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. 5:23 and counting, 28-13. Blackhawk Warren with the lead and the football, 2nd and 6. And another give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff is stood up at the line of scrimmage. The Potosi Cassville defensive line coming through to make the stop as number 59, Connor Robbins, one of the first ones there to make the hit.
No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
No gain, maybe a loss of 1 as it's at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that actually is a loss of 1.
Warriors break the huddle with 3rd and 6, 4:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Warriors trying to put this game away. Podner under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Everyone tight at the line of scrimmage except for the lone receiver to the left. And a toss play to Paquin. Paquin trying to bounce it to the far side, and he does not have enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. As a big tackle made by number 27, Isaac Adams. And it's 4th down. Blackhawk Warren obviously going to go for it as the ball is just across the 35 to the 34.
This will be interesting as to what they try to do on this particular play. Again, I notice that Woodruff hasn't been carrying the ball of recent. You know, they've had Paquin running the ball more than anything here, and
under 4 minutes left, it's 4th and 4. Potosi Cassville needs to make a stop to extend this game as Podner takes a snap, but I believe a Pink's penalty flag and a false start.
It is.
Against the Warriors. So a Pink's penalty flag moves the football back to the 39, making it 4th and 9 with 3:49 left to go.
I know they don't want to throw the ball, but I wouldn't be surprised right here.
Blackhawk Warren with the lead 28-13 as the clock continues to wind. We're at 3:40. Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren both have 2 timeouts remaining. Warriors taking their time, breaking the huddle, and now they come to the line. Van Ralt and Grant Quinn wide to the right side. 2 backs in the backfield with Bo Podner under center, and Podner fakes inside. Now looking for someone to pass to. He's going to heave it downfield, looking for Quinn, and 50-50 ball is going to fall incomplete. Turnover on downs for the Warriors, but they do bleed precious time off the clock. 3:12 remaining, 28-13. Warriors on top. Potosi Cassville now with a pulse.
You know, they've had better success when they kind of do that type of thing. And unless you're getting Van Ralte coming across the middle, that's the other place they've been successful.
Now PC coming to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right side. That's number 2, Drew Richardson, and number 9, Logan Roush. Edge takes a snap. Bootlegs to the right, fires a pass to the near side. It is caught by Richardson, and he is tackled along the near sideline right in front of us at the 46-yard line. Enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. And that's what Potosi Cassville has to do. They got to get some pass plays, get down the field, and score quickly. First and 10 at the 47-yard line, we'll call it. And another sweep play for Hunter White, and White is hit at the line of scrimmage as Jackson Burgett, or actually, beg your pardon, it's number 58. Spencer Hayes Scadam making the tackle at the line. And forward progress brings it to the 46-yard line, gain of 1 on the play.
That was a mistake on White's part. He should have kept going to the outside. They had the block out there, but he didn't take it.
2:37 and counting as Edge dropping back to pass. Bootlegs to his right, fires a pass to the near side. Pass is incomplete. Potosi Cassville side wants a flag for a potential late hit on Aaron Edge. Will not get one, and it's 3rd and 9.
Looking for Ben Enfeld back out here, and again, He ended up cowering, ready to get hit, and I don't blame him.
Haverland Heating and Cooling of Hazel Green, your local Carey dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haverland of Haverland Heating and Cooling.
It's the first time Edge has passed the ball and had the ball hit the ground.
2.5 minutes left. Edge dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Dumps it off for the middle. It's caught by infield, and infield with room across the 30 to the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Potosi Cassville. Ben Infield with the catch and run. A 46-yard touchdown catch, and it's 28-19 with 2:19 left on the Northland Buildings touchdown from Aaron Edge to Ben Infield.
Good, nice screen pass. It was well set up.
Potosi Cassville needed that in a bad way. And now they will line up for the 2-point conversion. I formation look. White is the deep back. Riverside the fullback. And a toss play, and now a throw to the end zone, and it's caught by Richardson for the 2-point conversion. So the point and flush 2-point conversion makes it a 7-point game with 2:19 remaining. Blackhawk Warren 28, Potosi Cassville 21. That Northland Buildings touchdown and point and flush 2-point conversion makes it a 7-point game. And now, can Blackhawk Warren bleed out the rest of this clock and come away with their first outright conference championship since 2019?
There, good. I got all my writing done. It keeps a guy busy trying to write all of this down.
Our game tonight brought to you by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bakers making local decisions and meeting local needs. It's a baking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, and building a difference. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. And by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. Aaron Edge has the ball teed up. And Edge going with a squib for the onside kick. And this will be fielded by Jacob Woodruff at the 50-yard line. So it will stay with Blackhawk Warren. 2:18 remaining. 2 timeouts for both sides. And now a golden opportunity for Blackhawk Warren to put this game away.
He had the right idea of what he was trying to do with the onside kick. He just got the bounce out going up in the air a little earlier than he would have liked. You like that also going a little higher, so it ends up being almost like a pop-up off the ground. And as a result, Woodruff was able to come away with it.
First down and 10 at midfield for Blackhawk Warren on the near side hash mark, working right to left. Podner under center. And a give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff dives forward across the 50 to about the 46-yard line.
And that's 4 yards for Woodruff, and again, it's coming right back to him. He's the one they want to try to do this because he's really, I think he's the better of the 2 running backs when it comes to getting yards.
Potosi Cassville not using one of those 2 remaining timeouts yet as we are under 2 minutes left. 28-21 the score. Blackhawk Warren with the lead and the football, 2nd and 6 at the Potosi Cassville 46-yard line.
Well, I think Potosi wants to be able to call a timeouts when they have the ball to have better control.
Partner Ducks under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Van Ralt set up to block. And another give forward to Woodruff across the 45 to about the 43, still short of the first down marker. And now Potosi Cassville spends one of those 2 remaining timeouts here, a minute 27 remaining. 28-21 the score. Blackhawk Warren in front.
It's one of the things that you can tell, exactly where they're making contact. River Sauer made the tackle, but where did he wrap him up? After a 2-yard gain. Once he had a 2-yard gain, Now he falls forward for another 2 yards, so that you get a 4-yard gain by tackling at the line of scrimmage.
They're going to reset the clock to 1:30 remaining. After the game, we'll have the Edward Jones at Rees Wealth Management post-game show. We'll pick out the Les Mack drive of the game, the Tri-Core turning point, Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP, and West End Salvage scrapper of the game. As we are 90 seconds away from deciding the Six Rivers Conference Championship. Blackhawk Warren with a touchdown lead, 28-21, and it's 3rd and 3. Give inside to Woodruff, and Woodruff has the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Surges forward across the 40 and across the 35-yard line, and Potosi Cassville spends their final timeout with 1:25 remaining.
You really was hoping you really didn't have to do it right like that, but unfortunately, that's what their Potosi is forced into.
Ball's at the 38-yard line. Thought he got across the 35. But they move the football back, and now Potosi Cassville can't stop the clock for 1:25. Just take a knee, bring home the conference title for Blackhawk Warren.
Pretty much all you have to do. That first down is really the deciding point of the game, really, the way that was ending up.
It was a simple run play up the middle, as we've seen from the Warriors all night long. They've been able to control the line, and for the size that Potosi Cassville has, that speaks volumes about the athleticism and the offensive line that Blackhawk Warren has this year.
Well, when you're all of a sudden you're taking your two of your better linemen, then you're putting your biggest tight end right behind that to try to do the blocking, that gives you an advantage.
Bo Ponder under center, and they will run another play as they give it inside to Jacob Woodruff, and Woodruff gets maybe a yard on the play, just falling forward, trying to protect the football, not give Potosi Cassville any chance. As we are at 1:10 and counting in the game. Again, Potosi Cassville can't stop the clock.
No, and they're going to just take every second here that they can. And then they may be able to drop into the victory formation.
Bo Ponder coming in from the far sideline with the play. And the Warriors offense comes to the line with 47 seconds left. 2nd and 9. At the Potosi Cassville 36. Ponder will go under center. Trying to go with a hard count, and now a Pink's penalty flag from the defensive secondary.
And that's a delay of game. So I was watching him count it down there at the very end, and then he reached in his pocket and threw it.
Stops the clock with 33 seconds left, and just
now,
take a knee.
Now, right here, the clock does not start until the ball is snapped. But again, you've got. I'm just looking at their formation as to and this is the
now it is victory formation. Ponder will go to a knee, and the Blackhawk Warren Warriors will be the 2025 Six Rivers Conference champions as they defeat Potosi Cassville 28-21. The number 3 ranked Blackhawk Warren Warriors will finish the regular season with an undefeated 9-0 record and 7-0 record in the Six Rivers Conference, their first outright conference title since 2019 and first conference title overall since 2021. And for Potosi Cassville, they finished the regular season with a record of 8-1. They are 6-1 in the Six Rivers. And now we will see what the playoff matrix system has in store for both of these teams, as we'll see how they are seeded for the playoffs that begin a week from tonight. What a heck of a game between these two teams here in South Wayne.
And again, I've said before, I'm not a fan of the matrix because I've kind of seen some of the possibilities. And I thought it turns around, and quite often it's going to take conference rivals pent up against each other when they were finishing near the top. These two teams could face again right away.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
Well, remember, part of the reason for the matrix coming through was because these two matched up exactly 1 week after they decided. the conference championship in Potosi, and two of the top teams in the state had to meet in the first round of the postseason, but we'll see what the Matrix will decide for both of these teams, as the Blackhawk Warren Warriors are the conference champions in the Six Rivers Conference. They win 28-21. Coming up next, the Edward Jones at Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Our Tri-Core Turning Point, West End Salvage Scrap of the Game, Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP, and the last Mac Drive of the Game, all straight ahead here on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models, and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
In game 10.
(28-21), Blackhawk Warren defeats Potosi Cassville to take home the Six Rivers Conference title in high school football in the 2025 campaign on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The Edward Jones and Reeves Wealth Management postgame show coming your way next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 4 minutes.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Blackhawk Warren Warriors are the Six Rivers Conference champions. They defeat Potosi Cassville 28-21 in the final week of high school football regular season action here on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. This is the Edward Jones at Resource Management post-game show. And let's recap what we saw here tonight, as this game really, I'd say, lived up to the hype. It was very back and forth, and Blackhawk Warren did get things going early on a Bo Podner 23-yard touchdown run to make it 6-0. And then Potosi Cassville would turn it over on downs on their first possession. The score would remain 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, Jacob Woodruff would score from 2 yards out, capping off a 7-play drive. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 14-0. Potosi Cassville would then answer with an 18-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7. And then 2 drives later, Potosi Cassville would turn the ball over on an interception picked off by Brody Argall, and he would bring it back to the 42-yard line. And then 9 plays later, Jackson Burgett with a 5-yard touchdown reception, his first of the season, would make the score 22-7. That was our score at the half. Then let's go to the fourth quarter, because there was turnovers on downs on both drives that both Potosi Cassville and Blackhawk Warren had in the third quarter. But in the fourth, River Sarr would score on a 23-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was no good. 22-13 was the score. Then on a 4th and 10 play, Bryce Van Ralt would make a 59-yard catch and run on a pass from Bo Podner to make it 28-13. Potosi Cassville would fumble on their next drive. Blackhawk Warren would then turn it over on downs. And with 3:12 remaining in the fourth quarter, Potosi Cassville would go 4 plays and a 46-yard touchdown catch and run from Aaron Edge to Ben infield. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 28-21. Blackhawk Warren would receive the onside kick. They would bleed out the clock. Potosi Cassville burns their timeouts, and 28-21 is the score and the final score for Blackhawk Warren to bring home the conference championship in the Six Rivers Conference.
And congratulations to Blackhawk Warren. This is a very difficult fight. They played very well in this game, and I have to give Coach a lot of credit here. Coach, excellent job tonight. And one of the things I know is you'd get that back, and you'd end up in You get Bryce Lane back up in here in that H-back position, and all of a sudden you're taking 4 guys blocking on 2.
Yeah.
And you had control on that whole side.
Yeah, and that was one of our big ones coming in was, all right, let's move Bryce around a little bit and put something. And, we've been working on it for a little bit, and we just said, that was time to unleash it. There's no point in holding stuff. And, he makes a big difference, and, people start overloading on that, and it opens up other stuff. But, when you got that group coming through, and it's a load.
Well, you've got really an outstanding running back that's sitting back there. And he's close to the line of scrimmage with the way you guys line up. It kind of reminds me of the way they used to do the fullback in the old wing T, where they put him, almost right on the butt of the quarterback. He's that close to the line of scrimmage. He can't help but to hit the line of scrimmage quick. Mm-hmm. Now you get those guys in front of him. He can't help it to get a minimum of 4 yards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was our goal, was just, if we can take shots, we take our shots when we can, like the big one with Bryce. But other than that, it's grinded out and just 3-4 yards a carry.
The other thing, traditionally, who thinks of Blackhawk Warren as being a team that can throw the ball?
Nobody. I get picked on at clinics all the time about it, but I said we got some weapons there.
No, the whole thing is the fact is that, and the way I've looked at Blackhawk Warren, I hate to say that's even going all the way back to Murphy. He didn't like to throw the ball either, but threw it effectively.
Yep.
And that is the secret on a running team. That if you're going to have to be willing to throw the ball, but it has to be effective and at the time you want to throw it.
Yep. And that's, and that was some of it, we saw that they were just sucking up on all those runs when we kept getting that 3-4 yards, and they were just coming crashing hard. So it opened up those passes. So, take advantage of it when it's there, but otherwise just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and just talk about being able to run the ball, right at the heart of this Potosi Cassville defensive line, because that is a big group up front, and you've bragged about the athleticism that your team has had all season long, and that athleticism really showed here tonight.
Yeah, and we said, they are a phenomenal team. And, their boys up front, we knew were going to be monsters, but we just said, you got to get off the ball quick. And we said, we're athletic, and people doubt us, and, people have been doubting us all year, and we wanted to keep proving them wrong.
Yeah, you definitely proved it here tonight, getting the win against Potosi Cassville and winning the outright Six Rivers Conference title. Just talk about what this accomplishment means for this team, because again, Potosi Cassville's been, the benchmark team in the Six Rivers over the last 5 years or so, but being able to take the crown from the champs and be able to close out the regular season undefeated with, we'll see what the playoff matrix has in store for you guys, but this is an outstanding accomplishment for this team.
I said you mentioned the Matrix. I hate the Matrix personally. I think it's dumb the way they set up, because I already know exactly what's going to happen. You know who you're going to play? You're either going to play Potosi or you're going to play Wazeeka.
Mm-hmm.
I already know that.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is exactly what you'd call the draw that you should get.
No.
But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and if you look at, again, 2 weeks ago, we win at Peck, and then all of a sudden we drop from 4 all the way to 9. And I mean, how much sense does that make?
Yeah, it doesn't.
And we said, just the way it's, it needs to go back to putting teams where they should be to meet up at the best spots, and coaches voting on it, and that's my opinion. But
yeah.
Coaches know better than the people who sit at their computer in Stevens Point.
Exactly. And me and Mark talked about that how many times last year. And, everybody talked about that of, you sit in a room full of coaches, and there is no way in heck that somebody says Potosi last year is a 3 seed and we're a 6 seed.
Right.
And I mean,
there's no way.
No.
When you guys were 1 and 3 in the state, based on the coaches poll. Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Of course, I think as it comes back to the other thing, who are polls for? That's for people that like to talk about polls and poll makers. That's who they're for.
Yep.
The rest of us know better.
Yep. And like I said, as I continue to say, whoever ends up with teams from the Six Rivers, they better have their chin straps up, because the Six Rivers is coming.
Yeah, and just talk about, navigating the Six Rivers Conference this season, because it's likely that 5 teams end up making the postseason, which, any given week, I mean, we've seen, the struggles against Seneca, Wazeeka, Steuben. You had a tough game here tonight. River Ridge took you guys to overtime. So there's no nights off in the Six Rivers at all. So talk about what it means to get this conference title this year with just the layout that this conference was.
Yeah, I mean this conference, I still argue is one of the best is the best in D7. I might argue the best in D6, and so to be able to go through that with a team that didn't have the experience that we didn't have the experience at the start of the year, and to come through that undefeated and is a huge accomplishment.
I'm going to just talk in general. Southwest Wisconsin, it's always good. And that's what it is. But congratulations.
Thank you. I do got to pick on you guys for 1 second.
Oh, good. Pick on me.
That one thing that hasn't been brought up all year, and I said this afternoon, I said I'm going to bring it up because nobody has. We specific, and again, not shut down, but to limit,
slow them down,
slow down a Potosi team that was as good as they were offensively.
Yes,
obviously took our defense, but nobody has brought up the fact that we listed our defensive starters or defensive positions first this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, because I pointed out to the boys, I'm like, defense is what's going to win championships. So
awesome.
You have to remember, when I was coaching, I was always coaching offense. So what do you think I'm looking for?
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Go celebrate the conference title, and we'll see you guys in the postseason.
All right. Thank you.
Pretty awesome.
Desi Braden with us on our postgame show. Let's now bring in Jacob Woodruff, who had himself an outstanding game rushing here today. Wally will run down the stats. But first off, congratulations on the win. Congrats on the conference title. Talk about this performance here tonight with you and your teammates, because it was a great all-around game by you guys here tonight.
It was amazing. Everyone played their hearts out. Couldn't ask for a better game.
Yep, and talk about what it means to win a conference title in a very stacked Six Rivers conference this year. As we were talking with Coach, no nights off. You guys had to bring your A game each and every week, and you come through it unscathed. Just speaks to the great teamwork from start to finish for the team during the regular season.
It means everything. I've never won one in my career. It just means everything.
Yep, and talk about what it's going to be like for you guys heading into the postseason. Being undefeated. Obviously, we don't know where you guys are going to be yet, but it sounds like you guys have much bigger goals than just the conference title. This is maybe more of a checkbox kind of thing, and now your sights may be set on maybe a bigger stage one, maybe in like Madison or somewhere, maybe.
For sure.
I don't know. You know what I would like to see? I really honestly wish that they would divide the conference up, and the part of the conference with you guys in it goes to the east. And Potosi, with that side of the conference, they go north. Then guess what could happen?
We get a state championship.
Both of you get there.
Yeah.
That's what I'd really like to see. But I got this, and I got to pick on him and pick on you at the same time. Do you realize if this was the NFL? I mean, we know it's not, but if it was, do you know how much money you'd be buying? You'd be buying him all kinds of stuff with what he did for you tonight.
No kidding.
Because the whole thing is, when you guys lined up in that H-back position, it will give you that extra blocker back there, and you can match up with size with some of the guys that they have. And you got 3 other guys blocking. How can you not get 4 yards of crack?
Yeah, it was an outstanding performance by you, Jacob.
You guys did a great job.
Just talk about what it was like running behind that line, because talking with Coach before, I mean, this offensive line for you guys really able to hold that Potosi Cassville defense at bay. What was it like being able to run through those holes and get those chunk yards and things like that to keep the momentum going on your side?
It's amazing. Couldn't ask for a better line.
All right. Well, congratulations. Thanks a lot for joining us on our post-game show. Good luck in the postseason.
Thank you.
The only thing I have to add to the whole thing with both of you guys is the fact that while you guys turn around and you take a look at what you were doing offensively, that's what I was talking about. I'm going to look at the other side of the ball. What you did is probably one of the scariest running backs in the league in Riverside. He didn't get 100 yards. And he gets 100 yards all the time.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, and I think we talk about you guys offensively, but that's the defensive side of everything. And then I come back to offense right away and say, nice pass, catch.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, let's talk with Bryce Van Ralt now on our post-game show. Bryce had the big touchdown on 4th and 10, able to make the catch and then sprint downfield for the 59-yard touchdown catch. Obviously, you're the big target in this offense on the passing side, but also setting up some big blocks for those running backs. Let's just talk about the performance overall and what it means to get this conference title win against a big rival in Potosi Cassville.
Meaning this, like almost every year, it's whoever wins Potosi or us. It's whoever wins usually goes to state. I mean, It happens almost every year, other than 23 was it? Yeah, other than 23. I mean, whoever wins conference goes to state. So, meaning this almost like sets like gives you high looks into future, and we just got to keep those high expectations to overcome those.
The point you have to think about as you're moving ahead, no matter who you get for your first round of the playoff, you're playing against the best team in the state. I don't care who it is. You have to have in your mind, it's the best team in the state, and we're going to beat them, and we can. You have to have that mindset. And as long as you carry that mindset into every game, you're going to be playing at your best. And that's what you need to do from here on out.
Sure.
Not that you haven't done already.
Yeah, let's talk about the fourth quarter for a moment, because it was 22-7 heading into the fourth, and then Potosi Cassville makes it 22-13. Obviously, you get the big touchdown to make it 28-13, but then they get another touchdown to make it 28-21. They go for the onside kick. Just talk about the ebbs and flows of that fourth quarter, because, yes, you had a big lead, but, Potosi Cassville, known for those fourth quarter comebacks. We've seen them do it against River Ridge, and I believe they did it against Seneca Wazeeka-Steuben
they do it
last
with
week.
everybody.
They do it against everyone. So what's that mental aspect like of, what do you guys have to do to make sure you take care of business and not let Potosi Cassville get back into this game?
I would say even going back all the way to the beginning of the game, our coach was honing in on us about finish every play, finish every snap, finish on offense, finish on defense, finish the whole game, finish quarters. So going into that fourth, we tried to finish, but I think a little bit of us started slowing down on that finish part, and then we got back into it and finished strong. So.
Yeah, but talk about what the game plan was coming into the game, because obviously the end result, the 28-21 win, was the game plan about executed the way that you and the coaching staff were wanting to see.
Yeah, our big execution try to do is just stop them on defense. Defense wins championships, our coach always says. So having that good defense, stopping them and keeping them low with low numbers helps us win games a lot.
All right, final question before we let you go. Just talk about the accomplishment as a whole, a Six Rivers Conference championship in a very tough conference, one of the top teams in the state. This has to be a big momentum boost for you guys heading into the postseason. What are some of the things you're going to be emphasizing, trying to get things right before the postseason begins next week?
I would say overall, we try to fix the little things like what we always do, try to fix little plays here and there, and always looking at film, fixing that, and always improving for game after game, playing every game like it's our last and every play like it's our last.
Yeah, because your next loss, if there is one, will be the last. But you guys have yet.
Never use that word.
Yeah, but you guys don't know what losing is, because you haven't lost yet this year. So go enjoy this win. Thanks a lot for joining us on our postgame show. We'll see you guys in the postseason.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. Bryce Van Ralt and Jacob Woodruff joining us on our Reed's Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show on X1071 as Blackhawk Warren defeats Potosi Cassville 28-21. Coach Desi Braden joining us on our postgame show as well. And we'll take a quick timeout, and Wally will recap the individual stats, and we'll do a final check on the shoebox scoreboard. We'll close up shop on our postgame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 1 minute.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So, what's the asking price on these houses?
You'd probably be more comfortable living somewhere else.
How long is the lease?
Sure, you can afford to live here, but...
How about the schools?
We have twins.
This neighborhood probably wouldn't be right for your kids.
If a real estate or rental agent says anything like this, you are being discriminated against, and it is illegal. If you experience housing discrimination, go to HUD.gov/fair housing and report it. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Postgame 1 minute.
Closing up shop on the Edward Jones Reed's Wealth Management postgame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 28-21. Blackhawk Warren defeats Potosi Cassville. Tyler Dictanis and Wally Troughton with the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. Had a chance to catch up with Coach Desi Braden as well as Jacob Woodruff and Bryce Van Ralt before we went to a commercial break. We didn't have a chance to recap the individual stats until now, but Wally, the stats tell a very interesting story about how this game played out.
They really do. And again, remember, these are all unofficial, obviously. But for looking at Potosi, Aaron Edge ended up with absolutely no yards rushing. 4 carries. He had a loss of 6 yards to start it out, and he had one other loss of a yard, but he did have a 7-yard gain. Riverside really was slowed down tonight. That's what they wanted to do. He had 13 carries with just 79 yards. And some people would say, well, that's a good night. Not for him.
Right.
Then Hunter White was the one that really took everything crazy. I have him unofficially at 165 yards with just 19 carries. And that's quite a haul. That's 244 rushing yards in 36 carries. Aaron Edge put the ball up in the air 6 times. He did complete 4 of them. Unfortunately, another one was intercepted, but he had a total of 105 yards. And Hunter White threw a pass, and it was on a 2-point conversion that he completed, and that was to
Drew Richardson.
Richardson. And, so that's 3 yards there. And Ben Enfield, with his 1 catch, ends up being the leading receiver. Darius Tate had another one for 37 yards. Those were the 2 long ones to get the total of 108 yards of passing. So total plays, they had 43 plays and were able to generate 352 yards. And we're getting to the point where the stats never tell the truth.
Right.
As we look at the Blackhawk Warren side, Bo Ponder carried the ball 14 times for 99 yards. Then we took a look at Dax Paquin. He had carried the ball 16 times for 72 yards. And then we have Jacob Woodruff, who carried the ball 19 times for 92 yards. That's a total of 263 yards in 49 carries. Ponder put the ball up in the air 7 times. He completed 3 for 84 yards. Bryce Van Raalte had 59 yards on 1 catch, and that was the leading receiver in the game. But that's a total of 56 plays. So we're talking about 13 more plays than Potosi ran, but they only had 347 yards. So they had less yards than Potosi in more carries. But a lot of it was the fact that Potosi made the mistakes at the wrong time that caused problems.
Well, Potosi Cassville did have more explosive plays running the football with
Yes.
with Hunter White being able to bounce it outside. And we saw what Blackhawk Warren wanted to do running the football, just straight up the gut, get 3 or 4 yards a pop and just extend those drives. And really, in some ways, using their offense as defense to keep that Potosi offense off the field.
Well, the coach has his offense set up so that you're going to get pretty much 3 yards a carry, pretty much. And 4 plays, 3 yards at a time, that's 12 yards, that's first downs. That's driving the ball down the field. And that's what they really like to do. Not that they can't eat up more yards than that, but they're very happy with being able to do that. So that's what I have on that.
All right. Well,
otherwise, not a lot to say about stats, except they never tell complete truth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's hand out some post-game awards. Let's start off with the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP, brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. I think the easy one for me is going to be Jacob Woodruff, just being able to lunge the football and keep the momentum going for the Blackhawk Warren offense. He was the real standout player, I thought, here tonight.
Hard to go against that. I'm going to give just kind of a runner-up, so to speak, and that's going to be Bryce Van Raalte. Because with where he was lining up, he really helped Woodruff get a lot of those yards.
Right.
Just because of where he lined up, and then his very important catch that he made that really kind of got things to a point where Blackhawk was probably going to win at that particular point. And then I have to compliment him on defense. He's a pretty good defensive ball player too. So
yeah. Well, because you said that, I was saving Bryce Van Raalte for our West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, whose players hustle and scrapping and stood and trying to lay the opponents away. Is presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I thought he was doing a lot of the dirty work, as you said, setting up those blocks for Woodruff and then being able to come through with a big touchdown catch and run. He's obviously the target on the offensive side of the ball, because when you look at the stats, Bo Podner coming into the game, 17 completions, Bryce Van Ralt had 14 receptions, so you know that he's the one who's going to get the ball. But, we saw how important Bryce Van Ralt is to the team on both sides of the ball, and I thought that he had to have an outstanding game. He definitely came through tonight.
And yet, at the same token, if you take a look on the other side of the ball, how can you not say Hunter White?
Yeah.
165 yards rushing. He had his sweeps were beautiful. He did a nice job on their pitch play. He got out there and he was the guy who really handled Potosi's offense today because they had Riversar bottled up. So he took care of that. And that's why I kind of looking at giving him a little bit of a boost on that side too.
Yeah, I agree. So those are the co-scrappers of the game. Bryce Van Ralt of Blackhawk Warren and Hunter White of Potosi Cassville. Let's talk about the Tricor turning point, and I'm going to combine it with the last MAC drive of the game. So our Tricor turning point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And our drive of the game brought to you by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service because at Les Mack you always get more from less. I thought the turning point and the drive of the game was the final touchdown for Blackhawk Warren when they were down to 4th and 10, and Bryce Van Ralt came through with a big catch, caught it at about the 40-yard line in Potosi Cassville territory, and was able to weave his way through traffic into the end zone to make it a 2-score game late in the fourth quarter. That came with, I believe, 7:14 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Blackhawk Warren did allow one more touchdown for Potosi Cassville to kind of give them a fighting chance, but I thought when you had a 2-score game with that little time and Potosi Cassville down to 2 timeouts, I thought that was a big momentum swing, and that pretty much sealed the deal for Blackhawk Warren here tonight.
15-point lead is big because that means you've got to score 2 touchdowns and you have to get at least one 2-point conversion. At least one. And, well, they got the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they didn't have enough time to get the other one. And that's why it left the score 28-21. So I'm going to concur with you.
All right, so that touchdown drive, it wasn't really long as far as plays go. It was only 6 plays, but it did cover, 69 yards, and 59 of them came on a Bryce Van Ralt touchdown catch and run on the pass from Bo Podner. So that is our Les Mack drive of the game and the Tricor turning point brought to you by Tricor Insurance.
And again, I have to give Van Ralt a lot of compliments on that one because he earned that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had all kinds of guys that were after him.
Yeah, beast mode is what some people might say because he had to shake away from a lot of defenders.
Well, coming across on a pass like that when you're 6'6", it kind of helps.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's do a final check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. And I believe this is a final, as our good friend Bob Middendorf mentioned. He mentioned overtime, but didn't say if this was final. But Southwestern East Dubuque 22, Benton Scales Mountain Schulzburg 21. Wow. Very interesting score there.
No kidding.
And then this game just went final. Mineral Point 39, Fenimore 36. So the Pointers come alive late and knock off Fenimore in the final week of the regular season. That game over on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. On 97.7 Country WGLR in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. This was with 4:33 left in the fourth quarter. New Glarus leading Lancaster 21-18. And I believe those are the finals that we can report on right now. I don't see any new scores that have come in recently.
Yeah, and the last one I had on Dodgeville River Valley was Dodgeville was ahead, but that was back at the halftime.
Right. So that is our Shoebox scoreboard update presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Looking ahead, before I forget, Milwaukee Brewers, they are not playing well. They were down 4-0 last I checked, and they are still down 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th to the LA Dodgers as the Dodgers try to sweep the Brewers and head to the World Series. You can catch the end of that game on AM 1590 WPVL. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we have 8-player Level 1 playoff action as DeSoto heads to Belmont. We'll have that game on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. I'll be heading to Soldiers Grove where North Crawford hosts Highland. That'll be right here on X1071. Both games on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Raleigh Chiefs pregame set for 12:30, kickoff at 1 o'clock.
And tomorrow I head to UW-Platteville for a big WIEC game with Platteville taking on lacrosse.
That's
and
a big
again,
one.
And we're talking, again, almost every game in the WIEC this year is a big game because you've got 6 out of the 8 teams that are ranked in the top 25 in the nation. So every week is a big game, and it's a challenge because they're all good.
Yeah, the SEC of D3 is, it lives up to the moniker each and every week. And,
Yes.
Similar to the Six Rivers Conference this year, no days off for the Pioneers. Also, by the way, tomorrow, Badgers football against number 1 Ohio State at Camp Randall, kickoff at 2:30 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Good luck to the Badgers. Coming up on Sunday, Packers at Cardinals, 3:25 kickoff on 97.7 Country WGLR. And then Tuesday night volleyball regional quarterfinal action. We have 4 games across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We have Evansville at Platteville on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Lancaster at New Glarus on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Blackhawk is at Belmont on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And Kickapoo is at Iowa Grant on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And for the Level 1 playoffs in 11-player football coming up next week, obviously the rankings and the seedings will come out tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And once we know how the teams are seeded and where they will be playing, we'll sort out our coverage and you can catch the schedule on AM1590WPVL.com. That'll put a bow on our broadcast here tonight. Thanks to Eric Erickson and the entire staff here at Blackhawk High School for being gracious hosts and helping us out with our radio and streaming efforts here this evening. Thanks to both head coaches, Desi Braden and Mark Seeger, for the pregame interviews, as well as Coach Desi Braden, as well as Jacob Woodruff and Bryce Van Ralt for the postgame interviews here this evening. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score from Blackhawk High School. The Blackhawk Warren Warriors 28, Potosi Cassville 21. Blackhawk Warren, your 2025 undisputed conference champion in the Six Rivers Conference. For Wally Trout, I'm Tyler Dictanis from the best seat in the house, the Years Furniture broadcast booth. Signing off from Blackhawk High School. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for more postseason football in 8-player football action. Good night from South Wayne.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
X1071.
Turn your radios up.
WPVL FM, Platteville and Dubuque.
The best music every day, baby.
Do you feel me?
A Queen Bee radio station.